Hello, everybody, and welcome along today to the CCT Northern European Series 4 Finals Day. Well, semi-finals and finals. We have our last three games coming up, starting in about 10 minutes time, and we are going to get underway. It's myself, Surfer, on for the first one, with, of course, my lovely co-caster, Ted. Ted, mate, how are you getting on? And are you excited for these semi-final and final games?
Yeah, I mean, do we really have a choice? We got to be excited. This is a part of our job. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. But yeah, of course, I'm excited. Of course, I'm excited for this. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a really fun day as well. We have a lot of banging matchups, and this edition, even though there's a lot of CCT tournaments going on right now, a lot of regions and a lot of editions, so it's kind of hard to get so hyped up as we'd normally be. But man, this CCT, this Northern European number 4. It's been a wild one. And when you look at some of the results that we've had so far in the playoffs, I feel like a lot of us are really excited to see who's going to grab the 22K in the end of the day.
Yeah, man, it's going to be really interesting to see who's going to come out on top. We're down to just 4 teams. We might have a quick look at the bracket now and just see how we ended up here, of course, at the semi-finals and finals. And, of course, our 4 remaining teams over on the left side, we've got Let Us Cook. They came through. Fnatic and Monty Esports had to do it the hard way. It took 3 maps in both of those round of 16 and quarter-final games. And then, of course, they will be up against GamerLegion, who had a quick 2-0 over Ecstatic and took down Saw 2-1 to get here to the semi-final. And then on the other side, we've got the Danes of Astralis Talent, who got the better of Copenhagen Flames and Sinners to get here, and 500 with an impressive win over 9 in there, and also getting the win in that Bulgarian derby over Voivode. So we're down to just 4, Ted, and we'll focus on the first 2 coming up. And our first semi-final, well, it's Let Us Cook versus GamerLegion. And looking at this on paper, this should be a little bit of a mismatch in GamerLegion's favor.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, you look at the tier 2 level, and a lot of games are going to be regarded as a mismatch in favor of GamerLegion, right? It's one of the teams that I guess even straight on the back of gathering up that lineup a couple, well, not a couple months ago, but like more than half a year ago. It was a team that a lot of people were really uncertain about, but then they did that miraculous run qualifying for the major, and then a lot of people started looking at GamerLegion and being like, you know what, those guys are playing some solid CS. Those guys are one of the teams that's putting in the most effort in the tier 2 level, and I guess that this group of players, maybe 1 year ago, you wouldn't think that it would work that well. Having IMA, Korkios, Isaac, and Shui on the same lineup. Obviously, Ash, the coach, I know we can't forget about him. Obviously, UK pride. Let's go, UK. But those guys have been in form, Jack. They've played 59 maps so far this year. They've won 41 of them. And, maybe the start of the year was a little bit shaky with some of the runs that they had in certain tournaments. They were constantly making playoffs in a couple of CCT events as well, making semifinals, making quarterfinals, but not quite able to get it past the finishing line and lift the trophy. But they did that in the Elise Invitational Winter 2023. And now that was their most recent event as well that they played. On the back of that, they look a lot more solid. And I feel like this was just a mental barrier that they kind of had to get through. And now when they won one tournament, they can look into a potential second, and that would really put them in a really good place before the start of the RMR next month.
It would, but I mean, on the other side, we do have a Let Us Cook team that have taken down some big names. You know, speaking about having to do it the hard way, not only going through that playoffs bracket, Let Us Cook were 0-2 down in the main Swiss, losing out to Voivode and Sangl, then coming back, beating Illuminar, beating Endpoint, and then beating Viperio just to get in to the playoffs, where, of course, took down Fnatic and took down Monty, which are 2 teams, you know, that you'd be expecting Let Us Cook to lose to quite comfortably.
Especially Fnatic.
Yeah, especially Fnatic. You know, I think that took a lot of people by surprise. And even the map that Fnatic won, it was a 1915 on Nuke. So, you know, they did even get it into overtime. So, super, super close game, that one. But Let Us Cook came out on top. They managed to beat Monty. It took 2 overtimes, I believe, on the last map of Ancient.
Yeah, it was a 22-20, I believe.
Yeah, in order to qualify fight, and now they're here, but they got a GamerLegion team who just aren't missing at the moment, to be honest. They've been playing so good. As you said, won that Elisa event, second in the CCT West, number 1, losing out to Spirit Academy, and they were second, I believe, in that Blast Spring Showdown qualifier, the Res, I believe it is called. But only losing out to teams like Spirit Academy and Nine, who are some of the top teams at the top echelon of tier 2.
Imagine we're saying that Spirit Academy is a top tier 2 team.
Yeah.
And what's the fun part about it? It's not like the old days of Mouse and Mouse NXT when people could joke about Mouse NXT being better than the main team. Team Spirit, like the main team of Team Spirit, just annihilated Astralis yesterday. So you're looking at a Spirit project that's maybe one of the most successful ones so far this year. But just a wild one. Obviously, we're not watching Spirit today, but it's crazy to think that this organization has went so far with their results. But getting back to Let Us Cook, I completely agree with you on this. I don't think a lot of people expected this project to be as successful. I didn't expect this project to be as successful. And in terms of the Fnatic topic, I know obviously we have Messi there, so I'm not going to get too deep into that. I don't want to upset you early on a cast, but do you think it's about time that actually some tier 1 teams realize that those online tournaments aren't the way to gain confidence, but the way to lose confidence? Because this is what has been happening for the past couple months now.
I mean, if you always look, kind of all the way back to a lot of like CCT events and Elisa events.
When was the last time that an invitee tier 1 team actually won the tournament?
Exactly. Seems like they're always getting upset, even way back kind of last year, or maybe like a year and a half ago, even when the likes of Furia and all were coming over and preparing losing. Everybody's losing, and they're going out in like the quarterfinals, going out in the round of 16.
But
they might even only play one game.
Spirit Academy. How do we expect them to win against the main team? But obviously all of that is a bit of a banter from our side. But do you know how this happens, Jack? And I feel like this is a really good way to move forward into the player comparison. A tier 1 team comes into the CCT North Europe series and they're like, okay, we're going to have a fun time. We're going to get some nice wins. We're going to win some cash. And we're going to qualify for the Studio Lance. And then they get a wild IM or Bialy in the server showing the middle finger and being like, yep, I'm dropping that 30 bomb. You're losing this game. Those two guys have been playing outstandingly well so far. In this tournament and in this season as well. I mean, on one hand, you have the Romanian beast of GamerLegion, IM, who, by the way, I wanted to emphasize on that a little bit. He's grown up as a player so much throughout this last year. When you compare him to the point that he joined GamerLegion and compare him to what kind of a player he is now, he's so much more intelligent, making so few mistakes, and in the end of the day, his firepower is absolutely undeniable. And then on the other side, we have a pretty different story. You have a person that's well past his prime in his individual career. He's already won a major. He's already been a part of that notorious VP lineup. But Bialy is playing like he's a 21-year-old that just got picked up by Let Us Cook to get his chance to play on the team with Snacks. And he's playing outstandingly well.
Yeah, he's been playing absolutely incredible. It's been Bialy and Blitz really to kind of run the show, especially in the playoffs. They were the two highest rated players in both of the games, actually, against Fnatic and Monty. So impressive, and I'd be expecting some from both of those players as we do get down to business. And speaking about getting down to business, it's nearly time to jump into the server, but we need to see where we are going before we do that. And of course, the maps in front of you there, Anubis and Inferno, are going to be taken out. A little bit disappointing from GamerLegion's point of view, of course. Let Us Cook, that Inferno is their permaban in GamerLegion. They've picked into it in their first 2 games here at the playoffs, so we won't get to see them on that. Instead, we're going to test them out a little bit on Ancient. Now, they did play it against Saw. They won it 16-12, but as we said earlier, just a little bit, Monty did actually play it against Let Us Cook. It was a decider in that one though, 22-20, so I'll be expecting a good one on that. Then heading over to Vertigo for Let Us Cook's pick. No real surprises there. It is usually their go-to. And then we've got a little bit of a nuke decider, so I would say, both teams are not going to be overly disappointed with this veto, but you can't help but look towards GamerLegion, Ted. You have to favor them a little bit in this matchup. but I'm not discounting Lettuce Cook whatsoever. They might catch us by surprise.
Yeah, you know, Let Us Cook right now, I feel like it's fair to them to put them in the role of the honeymoon period upsetting team, the dark horse in the tournament. Even if you look at the other semifinal, when you know, you look at the teams that are playing, you have an Astralis Talent versus 500. I feel like it's fairly the same. It's fairly even, right? We have one team that's been top of the tier 2 scene being 500, and then another dark horse in Astralis Talent. But Let Us Cook, they have the potential to upset. So we're not discounting them, even though GamerLegion, looking at the veto, looking at the matchup, should be able to qualify for that grand final. But let's not waste any more time, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to jump straight into the server. I have a really sad story for you, Jack, by the way. Yesterday, my keyboard broke, so now I'm using one of those €7 keyboards that we used to play with like 15 years ago. You remember them?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's tough. That's tough, man. Nothing worse when peripherals start to go on you. It's sad, but at least you've something. At least you're not left high and dry.
Yeah.
Well, nobody's going to be left high and dry in this bomb site as Let Us Cook actually get on out of there. GamerLegion starting us off with a little bit of an A play, and they will take that A site successfully. Now, Snacks trying to battle back, come back with a little bit of a rebuttal with his USP, but it's Chewy to find that opening kill. Friend swings wide. Oh, Chewy really needs to get out of there. Luckily, Acor has him covered on that little bit of a retreat, and now it is down to a 4v2, but here comes Blitz trying to blitz and take them down. Snacks on that low HP, now left alone, and he won't be up to too much altogether. There might be another set of Julies to be picked up, but it's Acor with 3, and it's GamerLegion with 1 to start the day off.
That's such an unfortunate. I don't want to even call it unfortunate. It's just really well played by GamerLegion, but it's so unnerving for Let Us Cook to try and get into that retake as well, because ideally you'd want to just spiral out of tempo and just storm the bomb site and have players everywhere and just create chaotic fights, but they were just stopped in the choke points, just not able to get out. Really unfortunate there on the end of Let Us Cook. GamerLegion cooking with the pistol round already in their favor. Force Bite coming in, but it's just one MP9, a scout, and a couple pistols. GamerLegion starting things off with a nice default. First kill goes in favor of Blitz. Quickly refragged by Isaac, though, for the 1-for-1. In the end of the day, this is what you need on the T side, especially in a round like that.
Does slow down a little bit here in this round after the opening battle, the opening trades. GamerLegion do seem to be leaning just a little bit towards that B site, which of course, as we can see, will work out perfectly. They don't know that, but they will now, of course, be making their way up to clear it out. Actually, they throw a little bit of utility, but they don't really want to fully commit. They want to make sure they have all the bases covered at least, because there could be a nasty pistol waiting for them around every single corner. Lots of nooks and crannies in this bomb site that you really do need to take heed of and just be a little bit cautious about. Well, you need to be careful about Imma towards Cave. Nice kill on the first, but here comes Bialy. Tries to swap over to the weapon, and that's ultimately what cost him his life. Sound and Snacks are going to try and get back now together. Snacks is tagged up. Acor, oh, Sound gets close, trying to get the finishing blow there, but Isaac has him covered. Now back into a 1v1. Snacks yet to take any damage, and Acor with a massive reposition, and I don't think Snacks reads this at all. He is just going to stick to defuse. However, Acor is going to walk into a position, take him down in the back. A little bit hairy, but GamerLegion get it done.
Yeah, it's really hairy, but in the end of the day, it's a really tough clutch from Snacks' perspective, right? He knows that he has no defuse kit, he's got only the scout in hand, and in the end of the day, you gotta stick it. You can't really rely on the fact that you're gonna tap the bomb and your opponent's gonna pick into you. You know that he's low HP, so you might as well try your luck, because he might think that you're trying to just tap it and then stick it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little bit awkward. You know, you are expecting him to be in towards the cave as well, so doesn't really work out whatsoever. Now, of course, this is just a few upgraded pistols, not really all that much altogether, but still, I mean, let us cook. They are keeping these rounds kind of competitive.
Yeah, that's not ideal for a GamerLegion.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want them to be so scrappy. Yeah, you're still getting it over the line, but in a game like that, you'd ideally want to be able to build up somewhat of a nice and stable economy on the T side with the opening round, especially when you're 3-0 up. You want the pistol, you want the anti-force. Now you're winning the anti-eco, but you're losing a lot of players in all of those rounds. Fred's actually in a decent position. If he gets that kill, that might bring some chaos. GamerLegion, IM confirms the kill. 3 surviving. Not bad. Acor is on a 6-0 start, and you remember, Jack, me and you, we had the chance to chat to GamerLegion's analyst Monster, shout out, and he actually shared somewhat of an interesting insight. Well, it's not really an insight, but something that they're kind of memeing on at GamerLegion. The fact that Acor is one of the opers that he's seen that gets the most collaterals with the AVP, almost too many. So this is something that we're going to be looking at if he gets a collat today.
Yeah, it was interesting actually to hear that, to be honest. So I'm on the lookout a little bit for that. Of course,
He got one yesterday as well in the quarters.
so there is a little bit of truth behind it. That's interesting. That's interesting. They are
He's
quite
a
rare.
2-for-1 kind of guy.
Oh, well, he's not going to be able to go 2-for-1 in this round, actually. His whole team have gone 0-for-4. Emma's left completely alone now in a 1v5. And that is the perfect start to your CT gun rounds if you're a man supporting Let Us Cook.
They're cooking. That was a delicious round. Just stopping every single point of default. Obviously, GamerLegion did try somewhat of an interesting play with the contact of Banana. They were hoping that as soon as they see the aggressive stance towards Cave, there's going to be a gap to exploit, but it was just every single fight going in favor of the CT side. From the CT's perspective, that's a really successful round. And depends on how many kills IM gets. Shouldn't be that many, though, but it's still a really good first buy round. You get it with potentially 4 players surviving, you're going to be happy about it. Build up the money, build up the confidence. Friend gets a double on the AVP as well. This is something that we should be looking forward to. Obviously, we spoke about Acor a little bit. We have Friend on the other side, a really young Polish oper. Only 20 years of age, but he's been he's had the chance to play with some of the best players in his region. He's been part of you know that the Polish and actually, because we have a lot of Romanian players as well in the server, the Polish and the Romanian scene are kind of similar in the way that there's a lot of players that have been in both regions. There's like 4 organizations that are really big, or 4 teams that everybody knows. There's a lot of players that have played everywhere, and Friend's one of those guys.
Pretty much a shutdown round, this one so far for Let Us Cook.
Yeah. Just the half buy from GamerLegion, though. You try a quick set piece towards middle. An A split doesn't work out. It's really well handled by the CT side. Nothing to be upset about. And obviously, the reason that they go for the half buy is the amount of players that they did lose in the first 3 rounds that they won, but still being quite expensive. So now you prefer a round like that with the Hero Galil, a couple pistols. If it works out, it's great. If it doesn't, you move on. You gotta buy on the next one.
Yeah, the T's with one of the most CT economies that I've ever seen, to be honest. After winning 3 rounds and losing 1.
You know what I've noticed, by the way? I don't know if that has a lot to do with Snacks, Bayali, and Friend being on the team, but every single time I see a Polish team struggle on the CT side, well, struggle, quote unquote. I mean, losing a couple rounds, especially in the opening of a half, they're able to keep the economy of the T side really low every single time. I remember the first time I actually noticed that was back on DP when Snacks and Bialy were playing on it, and then Honoris as well with Taz. But yeah, Isaac doesn't win that, does he?
No.
Okay. I was getting worried there for a second. This is a round that 100% should be going in favor of Let Us Cook.
there's a bomb plant there, so there is going to be a little bit of a money injection into the T's bank accounts, exactly what they need to maybe get back to the winning ways that we've seen earlier. But really nice start there from Bialy, just to line up with the spam through the smoke. This was really interesting. Isaac on the jiggle, he's able to take the diffuser off. And when you see that kill going in the way, of course, you're going to begin to think, okay, maybe there is a chance. But no more than just that singular kill in that post-plant situation. But to survive for Let Us Cook. And we're back into a gun round pretty much straight away. We're going to see Acor for the first time on an AWP. And for the first time in Let Us Cook's hands, we've got a double up in the server. Sound and Friend are going to be wielding the big greens. But Bialy with his M4, he's up towards the alleyway. He's already found a kill. And it's the leader taken down first.
Yeah, that's the mid-aggression that they need to take into account and fight later on. And Acor looking for the aggressing player towards Heaven is going to get taken down by Blitz, pushing in towards Banana. That's a great shutdown from the CT side. They're getting so much map control for, well, I don't want to say for free, but they haven't really used that much. A lot of utility towards middle, but they get the opening kill thanks to Friend and, or rather thanks to Bialy, and then Blitz doubles up. And now you can see GamerLegion are locked out of the round. This is their only option. They lost the fight towards Banana and lane. They lost the fight towards middle. So now they have to run it back and go and walk straight into the AVP of Sound, and this one might not work out as they're hoping for. Might not expect them that early into the game.
Yeah, Sound needs to hit his first shot, which he does, and he doesn't spot Emma, which is a little bit of a problem. He will spot the second player. He hits Isaac as well. Now the rotations are coming on in, of course, but the site has already been lost, and they might just have to forfeit it here. Friend doesn't want to risk going through that smoke, not whatsoever, not with an AWP and give away your life for nothing, so he is just going to wait it out. Bomb's already planted, you'll kill him a little bit later on, and it's going to be Snacks to do so. He is flanked towards main, and it's a really nice round there. Not only from the mid-aggression from the likes of Let Us Cook, but also, or the mid-round aggression, excuse me, but also the fact that, you know, you have that double up on Sound, you're able to leave him pretty much isolated, right? I mean, you know, when you have faith in an opper on that A site, or rather in a rifler that can also play the AWP from that position, it allows you to go for that mid-round aggression because you don't have to have the rotates there that quickly. You can rely on Sound to hit one, and in this case, 2 shots on the site, and that was really job done from there.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how GamerLegion react to it now. Obviously, it's just the pistol, so we might see a bit of a set piece, but they saw what the trend is going to be, right? Exactly what you just explained. You have Sound with the AVP towards A, and then you have the mid and B aggression. Well, mid aggression doesn't work out in this round. Isaac just says bye-bye, shuts down one, and now Snacks is going to get put under a lot of pressure, a lot of pistols around them. Sound supports with the AVP, but Snacks is good only for one. Thankfully, Sound is there to deliver. But Kills has been able to pick up an AK-47. At this point, though, with the bomb, he feels locked in towards Donut. He's waiting to see if Shui's going to be able to find something on the other side of the map. But in the meantime, Blitz might be able to get the kill and drop the bomb. Big find. Round's over.
Yeah, Shui is half the world away here, and he's been hurt as well. Friend's just going to turn his attention now. Oh, maybe he hasn't. Oh, that cost him. I thought he heard the steps, but he didn't. And, well, speaking about operas that aren't operas, Shui is going to be wielding one into this A-bomb site. The nade doesn't go that deep, so he does stay alive just for the moment. He is being wrapped upon, though, by Blitz. They know that they have the bomb down. Sound just playing for information. The jump spot, of course, the safest way to do that. But Shui still finds that flanking player jumping up. Sound misses that shot, but as he tries to cross and get the bomb, Sound whips out his trusty old pistol, and the 5-7 gets Let Us Cook into the lead.
You know what? This is one of those rounds that you just hear nice try and well played in the team speak of GamerLegion after. This was the round that they had only the pistols to work with again. That's some great damage from Shui. Getting those kills on the board, just one surviving for Let Us Cook. Both teams haven't been able to build up a trustworthy economy so far, and we're 8 rounds into the first half. It's been a good game for both teams, being able to at least keep the economy of their opponents low, even if they win or even if they lose a round. Pardon. I'm pretty sure that smoke's not supposed to be there. Oh.
Head ripped off. Snacks is going to be in the open as he trades one back, so he just will fall, and GamerLegion really, for the first time with the guns up, they are going to have a man advantage. Now, that might just slip away if Acor peeks into the AWP as sound, but of course, he doesn't want to take that risk. Definitely not alone. Pressure going all across the map towards Donut. And GamerLegion are taking a lot of space in towards the cave now as well. And Blitz might overlook this completely. Kioz has found a free kill, and he might play for a little bit more. He's let one pass. He finds the headshot and now sees to look for that second player. But Friend is the closest man. He hasn't pushed up too deep, and he is just holding the exit for Kioz. But in the time being, the smokes will go down. Massive gap. That could be a problem a little bit later on, and Sound is going to use it to full effect.
Yeah, they had no idea. The smoke wasn't perfect. Bomb is still going to go down, but it's doable for the 2-op. Surely it's not ideal to have the 2 AVPs in a retake like that, but if they give you openings, if they give you chances, you might be able to win your way back into the round. Acor still gets the kill, even though he was fully blinded by the flash, and this should seal the deal. There goes kills from Cave to shut down Friend. 4-4, GamerLegion leveled things up, even though it was really close, but the middle aggression, the mid play from IM and Isaac works out wonders for them.
Just the pressure absolutely everywhere that let us cook had absolutely no idea where GamerLegion were going, and also just a little bit of initiative for Kioz to get into the corner. That it was a small minor detail that was just completely overlooked, and ultimately
delayed the kill as well.
Him. Yeah, exactly. He was waiting to see if there was any more on offer, but
yeah, and you're winning time for your teammates to get closer as well to the bomb side.
2 birds with 1 stone in that one. Well, yeah. Might be a 2-for-1 in terms of rounds, because now the money's reset on Let Us Cook, and it's only USPs. It's a B bomb site stack, or rather a little bit of a cave stack. So I fear for Kioz if he goes for a little bit of a play like he did last round. This is a round that you're almost, you know, if you're kind of wishing that they don't, but at the same time you kind of want to see what happens.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Maybe.
Yeah.
Just peek in, just see what happens. See how many
you know what's the thing? That's one of those moments. It's you know the meme to be continued with the funny music, like the old meme. Yeah. That's one of them moments. You're just, you know, you see a wild IM. Obviously, he's not gonna walk in because, you know, it's close range. They have no money, so there is a possibility that something like that's gonna be on the other side. So we probably don't see it coming to fruition. But getting back to the idea of it, you just love the way that you see a player just clearing out his ankles diligently, and then he peeks and he spots 4 people on his screen, and he just freezes. He knows, oh, yeah, I'm screwed. In that scenario, though, he might actually be able to farm a couple kills. How many does he get? I say 3.
Oh, I think 2 at least. Oh, 4. Oh, 5. Oh, Isaac. Come on, man.
Why'd you do that?
Come on, Isaac.
You know, that's actually really bad. You let IM get the ace here, he's gonna get boosted up so much in his confidence, and now he's like, Isaac, you dirty biscuit. Why'd you do that? You just upsetted him. Still though, 4K for him, and we know that, you know, obviously it's just an eco, but for a player like him getting a multi-kill like that, you just don't want to let him get into the zone, pretty much, so to speak.
You don't want to let him cook.
No.
I think I'm just gonna. I've used the pun early, so you know I don't think we can go back to it. But I just don't trust ourselves, because you know
I'm not gonna lie. I'm really unhappy with how early you used that, but yeah.
And it was for the other team as well. But
you know that makes it somewhat better.
Yes, you didn't really see
it really obvious. It's really obvious you're gonna use it for Let Us Cook.
I'm trying to throw people off. I'm trying to keep it fresh. Well, Sound is keeping it a little bit fresh with this angle out towards A. It's a little bit of an off angle that might be completely overlooked by Acor, and lines 2 more up. Sound has got 3, and he shut it down towards A once again. Off rifle, he can do it all, and that's a 4K for Sound, getting Let Us Cook back on level terms. And he's just proven, I mean, that A bomb site is definitely not open for business. GamerLegion really struggling to get out there when the rifles are up.
Yeah, on a daily basis, you wouldn't expect the player on A, the lonely anchor, especially when they have no money for an AVP, to be playing such an aggressive angle. Well, it's an off angle, but such an aggressive off angle when his teammates are aggressive towards middle, right? The reason that they were able to fight middle in the previous couple rounds was because he had the AVP, and it's a lot more trustworthy, as we pointed out. But now it's just the M4, so you can see that GamerLegion just expected him to be playing towards the back of default, or even back into CT, maybe Donut, just play the A bomb side on a retake, but he was up close. Catches him completely off guard.
Nice little 1-for-1, but Bialy is going to get the better of Shuya towards middle. That's a little bit of a problem now for GamerLegion, because once again, they find themselves a man down and scrambling with pretty much zero map control. They don't have much out towards middle, so they are going to have to forfeit it. And they don't have much in terms of smokes, right? I mean, they've got one that can go maybe towards Donut. Got a few mollies, you know, so they can molly Temple, they can maybe molly CT, but if there's an off holding, if Friend gets into that position, he could be watching the cross. And look at this spot from Sound here. Oh, Kia's not going to be ready whatsoever. He's been dropped. Acor does pick up that smoke, and he is going to try and get it down, while Isaac takes a little bit of this map control away, and he will take the site now, but this is the issue. There's no smokes up towards Donut. They don't have any information on who could be in there, but Bialy is going to reveal himself with that kill, and it's Acor left in a 1 versus 3. The CTs are so close by, and he won't even get one. Bialy takes him down. It's a 3k from the star rifler, really, of Let Us Cook, who has had an incredible performance so far this tournament, and it's them taking the lead once again, 6-5.
Yeah, six rounds already on the CT side. We know that the trend right now with Ancient is that a lot of teams actually feel more comfortable on the T side, so it's looked really well. When GamerLegion go for a tactical timeout here, it's about time for us to join in and help out his players. By the way, there's a really interesting thing to actually emphasize on, the fact that I was surprised by it. Obviously, we spoke about the good form that GamerLegion are in right now. They've won 5 best-of-3s in a row, losing only one map. That was against Saw in the CCT in the previous round. But did you know that actually the last time GamerLegion won the first half of a map and lost the map in the end was 14 maps ago? The last 7 maps in a row that they've won the first half, which is crazy. For GamerLegion, this is a big thing. It's a really big tendency. I was actually surprised by it, and usually this is how it goes, right? If they win, or at least in the last 14, 15 maps, as we said, if they win the first half, they usually win the map. But if they lose the first half, then there's struggles, which is crazy to think about. And they rarely flop it and give away the lead. It's really hard to come back against them.
Really hard to get into a round when you only have a few upgraded pistols. They've invested a lot in utility, and they are going to use it to get up on the site, but they need to try and find the kills, because the cavalry are here. They might want to try and get this bomb down, but the molly on default is going to stop them. They have to retreat in towards the cave, and well, that gives up a lot and gives away a lot of this round. The bomb is going to try and hightail it over towards this A site. And well, Acor does have his runners on, and he is going to get past Snacks, but Isaac isn't going to be as lucky, and Isaac knows this. Oh, the timing might just work out, but he was such low HP that it was only 1 bullet needed for Snacks, and now Acor has to go alone. A 1 versus 2 definitely has a chance, but it is a very, very slim one, especially on 32 HP. It's a good position out towards the big box. He needs to find the instant headshot on 1. Snacks knows that he only has a pistol, so he's going to make himself hard to hit, and well, jumping around with that M4 sprays him down. Another round for Let Us Cook, as they take a 2-round lead, but at least GamerLegion, they will have a buyback in this next round.
I'm confused. Sound actually had an AVP. Okay, he just threw it closer for Snacks. All right. They're going for the double up. Because I saw Sound pick up the AVP and then throw it away, and I was like, okay, is he trying to give it Snacks? But why would he? Because they already had an M4. But yeah, they just wanted the double up. A good round for Let Us Cook. Once again, they handle the pistols, even though GamerLegion have been really good with doing a lot of damage. And I actually like that tactical timeout from Let Us Cook here. They know that the money right now is looking all right, but they also know that they are quite aware of the fact that it's really hard to come back against GamerLegion. Once you give them the control, once you let them sit into the driver's seat, it's really hard to get them out of there. So you want to close out the first half here and now. And once again, doing that, you're going to reset the T side's economy. Life's going to become a lot harder for the T's, especially for that second half. And let's not forget, this is the map pick of GamerLegion. This is one of the maps that they've been doing really well on in recent history. You look over at Let Us Cook, it's been a 50-50. Yeah, they did take down Monte, but they did lose to both Forza and Mouse NXT. And the other game that they did win was another really close one. It was a 16-14 against Sango. Come to think of it, this is one of the most one-sided, well, the potential. This one has the potential to be one of the more one-sided engines we've seen from Let Us Cook. Still, though, you're never writing off GamerLegion. Especially when they're about to play a CT side, and their CT side on engine is hella cracked.
I was saying before we went live, I mean, this map pool, you know, there isn't really a map in there, like in this video, that you're gonna look and saying, oh well, there's a clear advantage for this team, right? You know, both teams are going to be comfortable on all three, so yeah, we're going to get one of the best semifinals I think that we've had in a while, and you can see it right now, 7-5 early on in this first half. And don't ask me who I'm picking, because I couldn't tell you who's going to win this map or even the series as a whole. Would definitely like to see all three, but GamerLegion, of course, they're going to want to take their map pick, and well, another round would help them. And an opening pick would be a very good place to start, and they've found it. Acor, nice kill onto Snacks. He's going to be down and out of the round. That leaves Blitz pretty much alone, and if he goes down pretty early to Shuey here, that could be a problem. Is he going to be overlooked completely? He doesn't see him, and Shuey just executes him in towards that cave. Let Us Cook down to 2. GamerLegion now are going to try and get this bomb down, but
on A.
It's not towards B.
What's going on?
Towards A.
Yeah, that's awkward.
Well, Sam's going back.
No way. Okay, he didn't actually hold the cross towards the side. Now he's gonna hear them, but surely they know where the Oper is. Yeah, that's gonna be alright. Sounds up close though, and you know, some of those players are low on HP. Kind of dismissed by the fact that he's got the big green in hand, but the first one's a free one. Acor caught jumping. Oh, what a reaction from Sound. Guess the second is the headshot onto IM as well. And now it's a 1 versus 1. Sound, my friend, you might not be a main oper, but you're in for one of the highlights of your career with Let Us Cook. A 1 versus 3 for the 4K clutch. Smoke on the bomb. He's gonna tap it. He's gonna stick it. Chewy, does he buy it? Does he go for the spam? He's off, but manages to correct himself in time. And Chewy saves the day, but that was so close.
Oh, your IGL bailing you out of that one. Man, Sound was so quick. He was so quick.
What was that second shot, man?
Man, just the sheer and utter reaction there. You know, up on top of default, you can't be expecting that whatsoever. That was reactions and reactions alone. That Sound was able to connect that shot. And I think he even headshot him as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was a headshot.
Yeah,
it was a headshot.
So making sure he was definitely dead.
Wow. You know he's in the zone.
Yeah, he's feeling it. He's feeling it. 15-9 so far, leading the game on frags, but leading himself into his own demise there as he pushes a little bit too close to the sun and too close to GamerLegion. He's going to be taken out of the round, but it's a lovely bait. They're not expecting maybe a second player so close, as GamerLegion will find 2 and a 3rd as well in the meantime. So it gets a little bit better for GamerLegion here as they look to tie up this game. They've got B under control, and Snacks and Blitz might just want to hang on to their rifles for the last round of the half, because money isn't in a great situation, and GamerLegion might have just done enough to keep that half win alive.
Yeah, those defaults on the T side from GamerLegion have been really good. I feel like at this point they've just been able to accustom themselves to the fact that in a lot of the rounds, the CTs are the ones to take the initiative and try and go for the space plays, right? So they're just holding on. Even if they go for an early play, you saw that they had only 3 players towards the A bomb side. They still had the hold towards middle. They still had the lure going on towards B. So it's not like they're putting all of their eggs in one basket, which has been working out for them quite well. Obviously, in this round as well, the lower weaponry onto the mid player, the MP9, did make it a lot easier for GamerLegion to win that fight as well and put themselves in an even better scenario and position. We're leveled up. Money not looking great for the CT side. By 1B ideal. They still hold on to the AVP and the M4. you might be able to get him into a good spot. Quite unfortunate for Sound that he doesn't get a kill here, right? It's one of those fights that he either gets a double and he shuts them down, or he doesn't get a single one. From our perspective, it did look like he might have taken a double. But again, one thing that GamerLegion have been really good in is taking the space when they have it offered to them. And, you know, speaking of offers, make sure you capitalize on this offer from Hellcase. Code CCT. Make sure you go over, click the banner below the stream, and have some fun.
Yeah, definitely. Get involved there. Acor gets involved out towards middle, but not quite the involvement he was hoping to have in this round. As he goes down early, leaves his team now down a man, and they're down 2. Yeah, GamerLegion not ready for that super aggressive stance, really, from Let Us Cook. Just sheer manpower out towards middle to try and get this round over the line for the CTs and get that 8 round in the bag before we swap over. Oh, it's awkward from both sides as Blitz and Isaac, they are both very low. Isaac actually comes away the better against the Opera as well. The HE won't go deep enough. Blitz does pick up that AWP and goes for a little bit of a reposition. It's a 3 versus 3. No kits in play, so Let Us Cook do have to get a little bit of a move on. Kios finds that kill. Syntax has been accounted for now as well, and Isaac gets the better of him too. He was 6 HP, and he's still actually doing it all, and Isaac will get the final one as well. He gets a 3k, and I think every single one of them, he was on low HP. 8 for GamerLegion. They take the win in that first half, and they go over onto the CT side.
Man, Isaac is so sick in some of those rounds. This is, I can't put into words how impressive what he's just done is, because this is such an uncomfortable round for GamerLegion, right? It works out perfectly for Let Us Cook. They focus on middle, they get 2 kills, it's a 5 versus 3, and then out of nowhere, Isaac knows that he needs to take space. There is already a player towards Donut watching the cross. He jumps over, deploys the Molotov after getting tagged down, gives him a nice little one-way against the Oper. That wasn't come that well on the side of Let Us Cook. They knew he was low on HP, but the AVP doesn't realize that the Molotov's going to make life a lot harder for him in that fight. But Isaac does so much there. They needed some space outside of the bomb side. Pissed around, though, already starting. Quite important for both sides, and Im has already picked up an opening.
Dewey going to be taken down as Snacks does take a little bit more control for his team as GamerLegion gets set up with only one person coming from that CT side. The rest are coming from Cave, and there was one from Ali, but Imma's been accounted for, and Imma will play no further part. Isaac now walks in, Snacks finds that headshot, and the T-Pistols just overpower the CTs in that retake scenario. It's 8-8, we're level once again, and it is both T sides taking their pistols.
Yeah, clean stuff from Let Us Cook. Quite nice, considering what we mentioned earlier, that every single time that GamerLegion win the first half, or well, 90% of the times that they win the first half, they actually win the map. It's kind of like a win condition for you to get the pistol in the bonus rounds in the start. Just have a good couple rounds to kick things off in the second half. Make sure you keep that CT side economy low as well.
He's run into a little bit of a problem up towards B, but problem solved there.
Yeah.
As eventually the rifles will get it done. It's always awkward when, you know, you kind of make your way up onto a bomb site and you kind of lose 1 or 2 players, especially if you lose them first. You see teams kind of stutter a little bit when they're making their way up. You see them kind of go, oh, hold on a second here. This could go wrong. And then the doubt kind of creeps in. Becomes a little bit more of a problem than you maybe would have wanted, but Let Us Cook make sure they do not fall to that little bit of a mental barrier there in that round. And we are already looking at our first gun round of this second half. It's 5 A1Ss on the side of GamerLegion, so nobody opting for the A4, which is interesting. Not too many teams have just gone for the solo, or rather the majority of the A1Ss. Kios puts his to good use, but his IGL is going to be refragged out of this round, and Kios lucky to get out of that one alive, down to 12 HP, but does retreat safely into the rest of his teammates. Bomb should go down here without any real issues for Let Us Cook, and oh, Acor,
it's a headshot.
Oh, through the wall. Actually, I've seen that now. from that exact same position 2 days in a row now, which is crazy.
Oh, look at friend.
Oh, Emma just doesn't see it coming. Down into a 2v2. Isaac, nice headshot, and Isaac will get a second as well. Gets the job done. They will get on the bomb. There is enough time for this defuse to be pulled off. And GamerLegion are now going to level this one up early. Despite Friend's best efforts, he did find a 3k in that round, but it just was not enough.
Yeah.
And GamerLegion will be thankful about that one.
It was such a jump scare round for GamerLegion as well. The fact that, you know, Kios was holding for the contact play. They know that Let Us Cook on their T sides love trying a play on the unorthodox play every now and then, especially when it's a first buy round. They can try and catch you off guard with something like that. With a quick contact towards Banana. Kios gets the first one. Ideally, Shui would get the second, and then life's a lot easier for Kios. But in the moment that Shui falls down, Kios is just having a panic attack there towards short. Just trying to stay alive, jumping, hiding behind the smoke. But thankfully for him, his teammates were quick enough on the rotate. And Isaac, once again, clutch as hell when it matters the most. He's been a really reliable player. GamerLegion, once again, really proactive on that CT side. And now Let Us Cook. They have to play into that A-bomb side. They have no other doors to try and exploit.
Yeah, but there's 3 players here, so they need to get a smoke down towards Donut so they can really isolate this player behind default. But Acor, oh, he's going to creep forward here. Oh, nice headshot onto Snacks. He was ready for that. And now it goes from bad to worse, really, for Let Us Cook, because they don't know where the CTs can be. They can be behind them. They can be very close. Or they could just be holding and waiting for that retreat. But Friend, nice shot with that AWP. Can't peek again in towards that molly. He will go down. So he has to give it up now just for the moment. Bialy, however, has got a little bit of a move on completely alone. He has been spotted. And I don't think he realized that he's been jump spot. But right now, GamerLegion are not looking for this. Now they are. It is going to be Isaac turning around, waiting for that timing to come in, finds that headshot, and Bialy does not like what he sees out towards a 25 seconds, so not a lot of time for Let Us Cook to get up onto any bomb site whatsoever. And the better option, honestly, might just be saving this one. Even though it is only a Mach 10 on sound, that AWP could prove very influential in the next round for Friend, and they are gonna just lock this one in and really hope that Kios doesn't come searching for them.
Yeah, hopefully now. By the way, just quickly, we do want to apologize. Well, I want to apologize for the popping of my mic every now and then, but you know, it should be good right now, Jack. I'm sorry for your ears as well.
All right, man. It's all right, man. Technology. It's just not being your friend today, man. I don't know why.
Tech issues in CS. You know that these ones just go together.
Yeah,
it's such a nice love story.
Seems okay now, though. Just that little quick fix that you seem to be doing just seems to be working. So.
Yeah, just plug it out and plug it back in.
The El Clasico of technical issues. Just have you tried turning it off and back on again?
Yeah. You love it. GamerLegion are loving it as well right now, especially if they win this round. They're going to be loving it a whole lot more as well. After the previous one, they got that so-called money injection. Now they can be playing it a lot more passively. They know that Let Us Cook don't have a lot of money. Not a lot of util as well. Weaponry is not going to be primed up, so no reason to give them early fights. And the only early fight was won by Isaac. He's had a really good game so far. Opening kill goes in his favor, and IM's position is a really good one. An angle that oftentimes stays overlooked. He actually got the player on top.
Yeah, not the kind of tower you want to peek out and see. I mean, that could be terrifying for a CT. Also quite unorthodox as well, so you kind of have to adjust your eyes when you peek out and see 2 T's standing on top of each other there, but no problem. You take the one off the top, but unable to find the one on the bottom. And well, Isaac goes down. Oh, smoke clears at just the wrong time and out towards mid-house. And Acor Finds a quick and easy headshot on the bomb. Lots of information. And there's only 20 seconds left. The rifles are going to swing out. And going to try and get a little bit of control. Both GamerLegion players out over towards B. But Kios is going to be holding. Lots of damage done to Snacks. And where does he go? A or B? And Shuey is guessed wrong this time around. Snacks will try and get this bomb down. The molly, of course, prevents Shuey from pushing. And Snacks can get just that little bit closer. And he's going to do exactly that. Snacks versus Shuey.
No way.
And Snacks, gets
Shuey
away.
spot him?
Yeah, he did. He's locked in. He's laser focused right now. So I would assume that he has. And Snacks might not be ready for this. But the longer the time ticks, of course, Snacks is going to be thinking that this is a possibility. And he's seen him. He is just going to get away. Shuey doesn't have any util to flush him out. And now Shuey needs to go and get on this bomb. Jump spot perfect from Snacks. Knows exactly where he is. Shuey taps it one more time. And well, here comes the swing. Oh, Shuey will take him down. There is just about enough time for that defuse to be pulled off. But my, was that close.
Whew. That was too close for comfort even. The fact that they were running bomb in hand towards CT spawn and Kios gets a free kill there, it was supposed to be maybe a little bit more clean from GamerLegion, but you know, in the end of the day, they've been really clutching. What matters in the end, again, is the fact that Lettuce Cook had little to no money in the end of this round. So even with the bomb plant, they won't be able to muster up anything better than just a half buy with a couple of upgraded pistols, the Tech 9, the Deagle, and all of that nice stuff. But for GamerLegion, this is a really good chance to try and build up that economy. I suppose this is why they're going for the tactical timeout as well. The fact that, you know, this game has been really harsh for both teams economically so far. Neither team has been able to get their money on a good level and be comfortable, especially on the defensive side of things, the first half as well. In a lot of the buy rounds, we've seen reset potential for both teams up until the latter stages when Lettuce Cook actually had maybe the money for 2 rounds or 3 at best. So now GamerLegion know that they can't be losing a lot of players in those rounds. They need to be playing it a lot more safer here against the Pistols. The previous round as well was quite similar, with the difference that there actually was a single rifle, I believe. Lettuce Cook decides to run it back towards the B-bomb side here. Bialy leading the charge. A lot of U2 going their way, though. The Keels falls down in a 1-for-1, so Bomb should be able to go down. Spray through the wall. Tags down a lot of the players. Doesn't frag anybody, though. And now Acor is going to realize that he's in a really tough spot.
Oh, they pushed out towards Long, and they're going to be wrapping him from behind. Gets the leg. Oh, but gives away an op. And this is a problem. This is a massive problem for GamerLegion right now. They really need Isaac to do it all. Shuey comes out, jumps, lands on Friend's head. Blitz will take him down. Oh, it's so awkward. Smoke down. Isaac is going to try and stick it, but he does have a kit. Is the no-scope?
No,
there's no ammo.
there was no ammo.
He won it. He defused it. Snacks gets the knife in the end, but no ammo in the up. And Snacks is going to be cursing that update where they took away 5 of the bullets. All 5 shot in the round. And Isaac alive just for enough time to pull it off.
No bloody way. And look at that. Snacks had it. He presses mouse 1. There's no way he misses that shot. That's 100% kill for him. Oh, GamerLegion really got away with one there. This was supposed to go in favor of Lettuce Cook. It's another round with only the pistols that goes so close. And GamerLegion realize it, right? They know that they're getting away with those clutches, those close rounds, but man, this is so risky from their side. Look at the money, and already they've lost so much HP. Not a single player, but look at Isaac and I am both getting tagged down low. And Blitz tagging him down to 0 towards Red. First kill goes in favor of the T side, and Isaac's already just 1 bullet away from going down as well, and the Molotov's gonna make sure that he can't really go back if he wanted to.
He finds that nice kill. Oh, are they expecting Acor in towards Donut? Well, the refrag is there regardless if they were expecting him or not. First player wasn't. Second player able to react in time. And now the reaction is rotate from GamerLegion, but Bialy has heard this, knows both players are in towards CT. Friend is going to get a molly down, and the HE. Shuey's going to rush the planter, though. And,
he's crazy.
Oh, that is absolutely ridiculous, but Sound refrags him. Kios Not going to be spotted just yet, but Bialy's going to try and walk through this smoke, surely, and he is going to clear this for his teammate. Now, Kios needs to get out silently, and he will do exactly that. Are they realizing what's going on? No, they don't. Sound down in the back, but Bialy is the player that they've no idea about. Kios with a fantastic reposition. He's going to be holding, but it doesn't matter. Bialy is ready, finds that kill, and let us cook get on to double figures. Resetting GamerLegion's money. That's the round that they needed to win, and Let Us Cook could be back in the game here.
I'm almost wondering whether the last GamerLegion player was actually holding towards... I think he was holding towards Donut, so that's why he doesn't win the fight, because he had to flick as well. But again, it's such a nice try from Shui. Man, he's so crazy. This guy has no boundaries in the server. He's such a BM type of player. But, you know, it's really nice to have that kind of a person that's willing to troll themselves. And, you know, if it works out, he's going to give his team a chance in a round that they probably shouldn't be winning, or at least turn around the situation in a really good way for GamerLegion. And he's only doing that when, you know, it's necessary for something like that to happen. He's the guy to sacrifice himself if needed. Opening up a lot of space. As you pointed out, last round reset the economy of the GamerLegion side. Obviously, some of those members are not going to invest everything because the loss bonus isn't really there. So, especially A-Core, you want to have the money for the AVP. And then people like Imme, like Shui and Isaac want to have some money for Yuto. Kios can afford to go for the Armor, Digo, and Smoke. Gonna be rocking that MP9 or a FAMAS when they go for the buy. Is double eco territory here for the CT side. At least this is a good one. I mean, now you save up with 5 pistols. Round's already over. It's going to go in favor of the T side. You're going to have all of the pistols, and you can pretty much run it over again in the next one. The only... Well, I couldn't say the bad side of it, but the downside of it is the fact that you're letting Let Us Cook cook up that economy. So now the money is going to be looking really, really solid on the T side starting from next round. By the way, do you want to know a fun fact? Because obviously we had a bit of a we had a bit of a Romanian rivalry between those two teams. Yeah, we have the Polish one with, you know, Shui being on the side of GamerLegion, and then obviously the trio of Friend, Bialy, and Snacks. But we have the Romanian one. We have Imme on GamerLegion, and then obviously we have Sound and Blitz. All 3 of those players have played in Nexus, right? At a certain point. IM hasn't played with Sound and Blitz, though. Even though all 3 of them have played in Nexus, and IM has played only in Nexus prior to GamerLegion. They've never played together. Well, Sound and Blitz did, but Imme wasn't a part of that lineup.
Very interesting, actually, to see it, because usually that Romanian scene, you know...
Everyone's played with everyone.
Yeah, one stage or another, you've been in Nexus playing with each other, but...
Well, Sound's been everywhere, to be fair. The only Romanian team he hasn't played in is actually Infinite. He's played on All-Stars, he's played on Nexus, he's played on Game Agents.
Lots of pretty strong Romanian teams in there, to be honest. Oh, Blitz is dead. Yeah, that's
we know how this one
flash. Oh, this is a problem. And actually, the gun is going to be chucked back as well. They've got an op. Oh, Isaac needs to be really careful. He knows that Snacks could be up close here. Oh, is he going to be ready, though? Snacks, great reaction. That's a great headshot to find. And he has taken care of one of the rifles. Oh, Bialy, you need to clear this corner, mate. You really need to clear this corner. But he doesn't. It costs him. A-Core finds that kill onto Snacks. And now it's down to just Sound. He is definitely not safe and sound in this round at all, and he's unable to hit the shot onto A-Core. And given a second chance, he will grasp it with both hands. GamerLegion will steal away around there, and Let Us Cook's way back into this game might have just been cut short by a very, very strong pistol round from the international lineup.
I love the balls on GamerLegion as well to call the B stack once again, but with the only difference being that Imme was actually towards middle, right? He was hiding towards red, and he was holding a really deep angle. But again, they just had the B stack like the previous round. And from Let Us Cook's perspective, they're thinking, okay, they tried that last round, so now we're going to be smarter than that, and we're going to actually go towards B. But look at what this has done. It's given GamerLegion the money, the confidence, but the confidence already getting back in favor of the T side. 2 for 1 towards middle, a lot of space to work with as well. And now GamerLegion need to start off with the rotations towards that A bomb side as quickly as possible. Bialy, though, decides to slow it down a little bit, even though they have the man advantage. A lot of the HP has been lost in the process. Bialy, Snacks, and Blitz taking chunks of it. But Kios will walk in, and surely he's dead, man.
Yeah, he needed to go for some information there. They had no idea what was going on. Shuey was completely alone towards B, and because they seen nothing out towards A, that was the issue there. They needed to make a push, they needed to make a play, but they left Acor high and dry on A now, and Shuey is pretty much in a similar situation, except he's over on the other side of the map. He's going to make his way slowly over towards A, but this should be the save from the young IGL from GamerLegion. He should be trying to keep his hands on this AK. He does have a decent bit of utility as well, but he is still quite close now to Friend, and that could be a problem. Blitz is in towards mid 2, so he is still playing this one quite aggressively, but it's more, I wouldn't say aggression. He's kind of afraid of where the rest of the T's could be because, you know, they've only seen 2 players out towards A. That's 2 unaccounted for. They could be absolutely anywhere. And you can see he is slowly making his way back clearing these angles, but he will be completely safe as of right now, as long as he doesn't peek in towards CT, because Let Us Cook are searching in the complete wrong part of the map. 13-12. We are still very close in this game. Only 1 round splits them. A buyback from GamerLegion. Need to make this one work. And if you want to make your money go a little bit further when you are having a bet, you can head over to 1xBet. Sign up using the code CCT. Up to €130 deposit bonus if you haven't signed up already. Make sure, of course, you do use that code CCT. And maybe it might be a little bit too late to get a bet on for this map, but you might get one on for map 2 and possibly 3. Make sure you're gambling responsibly, of course. As right now, Isaac, a shot in the dark, a shot through a smoke, and open a kill.
We might start calling this M4 the Fido M4 or the Nido M4. I don't know. It's just so annoying to do against. Even with the reduced clip, even with, you know, having only 20 bullets, it's just crazy. Spams through the smoker. Unbearable. Well, running it back towards A. You lost the middle presence. That gives a lot of information to GamerLegion as well, so they're going to be running a nice setup back towards that A bomb side. Isaac and Acor, both of them have been having a good map so far. Smokes in, Isaac will get isolated. He's going to play in front of that. Question is, who takes his first contact? Acor should be just hiding for the time being.
Great kill from Blitz there. Acor won't be hiding very well. And he will get found out, Isaac. Now, that smoke, he could actually play around it here. That doesn't go deep enough, which could be a little bit of a problem. Kios actually finds one through the smoke, and Isaac behind this one. Sound peeks out with the bomb. He is going to be spotted. A little bit more information for Isaac, but as he's fallen, his spray goes absolutely everywhere, and he is not going to be able to get another. 12 seconds. Immo now with the big flank. He can deny the bomb completely and the round.
Oh!
It finds that kill. Friend with another. And it's down into a 1v1 on the bomb shoot. He swings wide, but not able to put a finishing bullet into Blitz. And now the headshot angle means that this is completely winnable for Blitz right now. He's dancing around. He's looking for Shuey above the box, but it's Shuey crouching down, shoots up through it, connects onto the head. And Blitz is definitely dead. 14-12 right now. GamerLegion are 2 rounds away from taking their map pick, but Let Us Cook are making them work for it. Yeah. It is still extremely close as we go down to the wire.
That's one of the more scrappy maps that we've seen from GamerLegion, right? The way that they're winning a lot of those rounds, the fact that, you know, one clutch doesn't go in your favor, and this could be a win for Let Us Cook. Those rounds have been so much closer than what GamerLegion are hoping for, right? Especially with the backstab coming in from IM there. He wasn't able to get a single one on the M4. This was supposed to be much easier as well. We want to highlight the fact that Let Us Cook, once again, they just throw in the initial util. They slow it down and wait for Blitz to get a kill onto a player looking for what's going on. Let Us Cook have been playing a really solid T side so far. especially for a team that's been together for what, 1 month now, 21 days since Bialy joined the project. They're playing in a really disciplined fashion and surely making, as you said, making GamerLegion work for it.
Not ideal in terms of utility for GamerLegion right now, as they're down to just 3 smokes, and one of them is going to be used out towards middle. Oh, Bialy finds that kill. Look at the damage, man, to the T's, but they still have 4 players in the round, so it doesn't really matter all that much. But in terms of a fight against an MP9, that can make all the difference, right? Only a few bullets needed from Imma, and especially at long range, he doesn't really need the insta headshot. Body shots will do. But low HP Bialy is going to go searching. He's going to go looking for any players out towards this A site, but there's nobody there, or so it seems. The donut player, Imma, not been spotted out just yet, not by Blitz. He's missed a little bit of a timing, and the bomb is going to be planted here now. Acor looks to hold on to the AWP. I think this round is over, but Imma might want to attempt something in terms of taking a few weapons away.
Yeah, and they're assuming it's going to be a save. Obviously, they're right about it, but as you pointed out, Imma is really close, so he can actually find some damage here. He can get a couple kills, maybe upgrade himself onto a rifle, make them panic slightly, but Lettuce Cook already thinking about going for the hunt. They don't want to let Acor hold on to that AVP. That's going to be the only premium rifle for the side of GamerLegion in the next round. This is obviously under the condition that Imma doesn't find himself an AK. He actually dies to the bomb there. That's unfortunate. They have only the AWP.
Yeah, bomb radius on this map is quite far, and Imma couldn't really get too far away from that one.
Yeah, you know what? In the Aztecs' defense, I'd say that there wasn't a lot of C4s and bombs when they were building those constructions.
Okay,
they're not explosion proof.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's ancient structure, so it's not modern things, which completely, actually it goes completely against what's going on Inferno nowadays. But yeah, you know what? Screw it. Well, GamerLegion, they go for it first.
Yeah, I actually was wondering there, where is Ancient actually located?
Well, it's somewhere in the jungle.
Mexico, apparently.
Really?
According to Wikipedia, yeah, Mexico.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that, to be fair.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Mexico.
Yeah. I would have expected maybe, a little bit deeper, in South America, maybe
I would
towards
guess
the rainforest. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the Amazon.
Every day's a learning day, Ted, especially about Counter-Strike. And, well, class might be in session for Lettuce Cook if they go through a smoke in the arms of a Deagle. Isaac looking to find more than just one, but it's a one and done, sadly, for himself and sadly for GamerLegion. But the rotations are here. They are very quick. Acor does have an op through the gap in the smoke. Able to find the kill, and it just halts Lettuce Cook for the moment. They're gonna just try and play around, try and isolate some of these fights. They do have superior weaponry in a lot of these battles, but Acor does have the drop on a few of them. With that AWP, puts it to good use once again. Snacks is down, and now Sound and Friend really need to battle back, but they're continuing to fight. They're continuing to try and get out towards this A site, but everybody's here still. The op hits another, and Sound's down as well. GamerLegion on these low buy rounds, they are just so dangerous, proving it once again. It's 15-13, and they're 1 round away.
Yeah, GamerLegion are just able to get away with one time after time after time. Isaac getting the first one. Acor doing so much. Look at the wall of smokes. It makes it so hard for the T's to realize what was going on, and Acor was just picking them apart. Oh, did you see that flick? We didn't actually see that from his POV originally as the round was going on. That was extremely impressive from Acor. Stepping it up when it matters the most, but so far Isaac has been the one that surely has impressed the most. Shuey as well. And they run it back towards A, and look at the aggressive stance. I am an Isaac. They pick up a third. This could be it.
Oh, that's the perfect call. They had two men batting down the hatches, and there's a third there as well in terms of Acor, who has been incredible in the last 2 rounds. Really pulled it over the line here for GamerLegion, and they do get it over the line. That's 16-13. GamerLegion, they look to stumble a little bit, especially towards that first half. And moments in the second half, it was definitely uncertain, but they do get the job done. Incredible spray down there as they do manage to take it down 16-13. It's very close, but it's a GamerLegion map.
Yeah, it is a GamerLegion map, and you know they would hope for it to be a GamerLegion match, but it's not. It's not looking like it. It's not looking like it's going to be that easy yet. We're yet to watch Lettuce Cook's map pick and see what happens there. But before that, Jack, sadly, we'll have to go into a short break. It's going to be around 10 minutes. But after that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be right back to see if the majority Polish lineup has something to say about it. Because so far, it's been looking like they have a lot of things to say.
A very complicated job, but I love simple things so much. One move. One push. One touch. One love. One click. One X-Bet.
Are you sick of just opening cases? Join the events! At each event, you can find special cases from which tokens fall. Tokens are your ticket into a world of unique awards. For tokens, you can buy a skin, premium, or special balance. Try your luck in the skin generator. Also, you can leave your tokens at the token vault. And the more tokens you keep, the better skin you'll get. Add variety to opening cases with Hellcase.
The hunger for glory feeds the desire, the courage to look for a challenge, to feed your ambitions. To reach for greatness. To become the champion of champions.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the CCT. We are currently underway with our first semi-final between GamerLegion and, of course, the Let Us Cook boys. GamerLegion, they managed to take map 1 in this semi-final, and now we go over onto the map pick of the Let Us Cook boys. It is Vertigo. It's been a prolific map for them so far throughout this event. They've always leaned on it to usually get a result, but GamerLegion look to be in pretty decent form. It's going to be a close game coming down to the wire. Let Us Cook need to win it, though, to stay alive, Ted.
Well, that's gonna be one of those maps and one of those series we had a word about that before the start of the day. One of those series in which it feels like both teams could just win every single map in the veto. So yeah, moving forward on to Vertigo, GamerLegion gonna be feeling like they got away with one on Ancient, especially after how close it was. But speaking about that, we're gonna jump straight into the server. One X-Bet odds in favor of GamerLegion to close this one out here and now on Vertigo. It did say that if they win the first half, they usually win the map. That happened on map number 1. Let's see if it happens here.
Good place to start is going to be the pistol, of course. Well, Shuey is going to be found out towards the sandbags. He's going to be mollied. He's going to be accounted for. There was a lot of utility in this round that Let Us Cook are going to use. Smokes and mollies. And, well, they get the bomb down safely, but Bialy over the top of the smoke will go down. So back into a 4v4. Flashes coming through, sound completely blind on the site, and they're up close, which is always difficult to get them out of this position, especially when you don't account for them, and especially when the Glocks just reign supreme in nearly every single gunfight. The USPs only claim 2, as Let Us Cook claim their first on Vertigo.
Yeah, they lock it down. No problems for Let Us Cook. A pretty clean pistol round to start things off. Especially after, I'd say that Ancient was a relief for GamerLegion to get over the line, and for Let Us Cook, it was a bit upsetting that they weren't able to steal it away because of, you know, how well they were playing, especially on the T side. They looked really well drilled. Now, though, we're on Vertigo. It's a lot more comfortable for them. They're on a 5-game winning streak, winning 8 out of the last 9. times that they've played on this map, losing only to Sango was 16-6, but beating teams like Monte, Fnatic, Viperio, Illuminar, Endpoint, and the list goes on. Anonymous, Mouse NXT, so many different sides that have suffered to the vertigo of the Let Us Cook boys, but Kills doesn't want to suffer, not in this round at least. Early opening goes in favor of the CT side. Only a MAC-10 recovered though, so it's going to be a bit of a sad Kills here. He was hoping for a rifle.
Beggars can't be choosers though, Ted. We all know that. So a MAC-10, of course, is going to be a little bit better. And you do have, of course, that promise of if you do manage to find a kill with it, you get that bonus of $600. So, you know, it is worth his while maybe going for a kill or two with that. As Let Us Cook now are going to take their time just contacting up here towards this site. Emma not playing for any information, so he's going to let them walk up close, which could be a little bit of a problem because he could be caught by surprise, especially if Bialy wants to look a little bit deeper, which he will. Reaction's not going to be there for Emma. He was close. Close does not find you kills, however. Acor is close by, and he is going to find at least one. Blitz still super aggressive. The flash goes in. Blitz with that AK needs to get out of harm's way just for the moment. The flash in. The pistols are completely flying. Kios can't find any with that MAC-10. Acor will, however, trade him out, and Acor now has picked up that MAC-10 to wheel for himself. It's down to a 2-on-2, and actually upgrades now to an 8K. Friend is only on a Galil, and he's on the bomb site completely alone as for now, but the Sandbags player peeks up to help him out. Friend will get 2, and Let Us Cook also.
Yeah, it was a really good flash there for the aggressive play towards Hell. I think it was Friend that gave the flash there, but getting that double kill, it felt like a really strange round for Let Us Cook there, even though they got the kill onto Emma and they were able to pry open the bomb side. As soon as they try and go for the aggressive play, there were so many pistols on the other side. Acor landing really good shots there as well to keep them honest. But it's just going to be that, a couple nice shots, some damage, some kills found, but still a good start to the T side. Especially with Blitz picking up a nice double here. They line up for him. Both kills and Shui going down to the 1 AK of the Romanian. And that was a good attempt from Azeus.
Bad. We haven't seen Azeus yet today.
Haven't seen a knife yet. We
have.
Oh yeah, we actually did.
You just don't remember it because it didn't win them the round.
Yeah. I actually remembered it now, but you know, when I'm looking at a Zeus or a knife, I just want it to be high BM percentage. Yeah. You know, in a really important moment. That's when it matters.
Well, important round here for GamerLegion to maybe start this half off with a bang. Of course, as you've seen there, you can head over to Hellcase and maybe have a chance of picking up some nice skins, some nice combos in the server, Ted, that you haven't really looked upon just yet or mentioned, which I'm quite surprised at. But if you want to maybe spice up your inventory a little bit, Hellcase, of course, is going to be the place that you can maybe do that. But right now, 2 opening kills going in favor of Let Us Cook, and it's pretty much the same old story as of right now on Vertigo and one-way traffic. GamerLegion need to come back with at least 1 kill. Acor not able to find it. Kios will with that M4 over the top of the smoke. He will find a second as well and drops away to safety. Acor now will get in on the action and show his hand with that AWP. Connects with that bullet. Let Us Cook will not continue in their endeavors towards this A site. They're going to run away, and Bialy making lots of noise as well, crossing the bridge, not giving away that rotation over towards B. But of course, Kios, he realizes what might just be, and he might have just spotted Sound. Now he definitely did, but he's out of the round. It's a 2 versus 2, and Let Us Cook have the control.
Yeah, the aggressive position from Sound will be really important. HE on the planter, though, is going to tag down Bialy even further. Isaac, knowing that there's an up-close player, he's trying to bait out Sound here into the fight. AVP's holding on the right-hand side. Flash in. No one blinded. Sound for the second. Bialy for the first. And Let Us Cook get a fourth.
Oh, sad CT noises. Face down at the bottom of Vertigo. That's not a nice sight. And it's not a nice sight for GamerLegion, especially when you know, you get yourself back into a round like that. You find 3 kills over towards A, and you give yourself plenty of chances in a 3 versus 2. But the low HP, the flash that didn't blind anyone, there was just a few little problems in that round. And well, let us cook so far. It's been no problem. Might be a 5th here as well. Starting it off well. Kios out. I don't. Still only 5-7s and Deagles in the way.
Not to be overlooked though, especially with A-Core being up close. Bialy might not clear out this position. Okay. Gets cleared out by Blitz. He'll double up and double down. Friend with the finisher. A clean anti-eco coming in from the T side. Money looking a lot more solid. You look at Friend, 9.9. Well, 9.6 now with the nade, but there was a couple more. On really high finances so early into the map. This is what you want. Keep them at bay. Don't really let GamerLegion get into the game, because we saw that when it goes round for round, they could be extremely clutch and extremely hard to deal with in the close scenarios. But if you just keep them down, then there's nothing they can do about it. Another buy round though coming in for the CT side. AVP available for A-Core, going for that early middle peak. No one really to challenge just yet. He's gonna keep it passive for now. Quite content with just holding the line. It's one of those rounds in which GamerLegion realized that this is really important. You throw away this round, you could be looking at a really disappointing first half here on Vertigo. So now no one's going to really be looking for anything too outside of the box, I'd say. They still have the double setup towards the B-bomb side with Isaac and Kios, which is something that they do quite a lot. A-Cheese. I think there was an early flash as well for Kios to go for a peek and clear it out. Let us cook. They've waited for the CT side Yuto, and now they're going to start regaining control.
Yeah, it's nice to GamerLegion though. They have 2 players here and a third if they need it. You know, you've got A-Core out towards middle with an op, and he's got 2 flashes as well, just in case this B hit does come in. It's gonna be really mean the world to the CTs. You know, they can take the fights pretty safely, but A-Core does need to back away into a position where he can actually wield them and throw them, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Well, one player's already passed. That's going to be Bialy, and well, the flash is just a little bit too late. A-Core goes down as well. Shui battles back with 1, but it's only 1 for now, and it is only going to be 1. But however, the bomb's dropped over towards the A. Im has found it, but in the back, Snacks will just take him down, and it's 6-0 right now for Let Us Cook, cooking up a storm on Vertigo as of right now, and GamerLegion can't come up with an answer.
No, absolutely not. They're just getting railed right now on Vertigo, and even with that little detail, the fact that they dropped the bomb, and you know, this is normally one of those plays that make you question yourself a little bit and may stress you out in the middle of a round. They still win it quite comfortably, even with that little detail there. And I think it's a really good moment for Ash to go in with a tactical timeout, try and help out the boys. They have been struggling those rounds, not even being that close. When you look at it from that perspective, you're looking at what, 10 kills combined across 5 players on GamerLegion 6 rounds into the game. That's not ideal for you. Not only you've been losing the rounds, but you haven't really been making Let Us Cook work for them. Most of them have been quite flawless, in fact, and that's resulted with a really good economy on the T side that we did mention before the start of the previous round. Half by coming in, MP9 for Shui, pistols for the rest of the gang. And again, the 3-man setup towards B to start it off. Well, I say a setup, it's a 3-man push towards B to start it off, but Let Us Cook have actually put their sights on the A-bomb side for now.
Oh, they're going to go back towards B here. This could be huge if they walk right into Shui. But, oh, Shui, is he going to peek on a timing? Oh, he just gets taken down. Oh, if he just waited, maybe, just maybe, there's a better chance of you winning that rather than peeking into the AKs, who are going to have, of course, all guns pointed at you. And they're firing on all cylinders right now. A little bit too much in terms of Bialy as he takes down Blitz from behind. But they still will get the job done. And with GamerLegion only picking up 1 kill in that round, Let Us Cook pick up 6 and a 7th on the round now as well. GamerLegion need an answer, Ted. They need it very, very soon. But Vertigo so far, and it just hasn't looked good for them at all. And the gun rounds have been less than convincing.
Yeah, it feels like it's been an off day so far for the first couple rounds from GamerLegion here. It's been a really good and really well dictated T side from Let Us Cook. Feels like they have a pretty clean idea on what they want to do in every single round, which is quite good. Not a lot of chaos in the comms, I suppose. It's been a really well controlled map. Sound now realizing that they've been taking a lot of freebies towards the B bomb side in the early rounds. Is going to be a lot more passive, suspecting some kind of an aggressive play. Speaking of aggression, a quick 1-for-1 over towards the ramp. Emma picks up the opening, but they take him down straight away, making sure he doesn't get away with murder. But again, Let Us Cook, they've been really, really slow in some of those rounds. They've like just starting it off with a nice little default and then gathering up to finish together on a bomb side, and it's going to be B again. Kios not left alone. Isaac's going to be nearby to support, but so far that B hold hasn't been able to really hold on.
It's not just a B hold, let's be real. It's been everywhere right now for GamerLegion. Kios goes 1-for-1 as right now Isaac tries to stop Blitz in his tracks, and he will do exactly that. Anymore? No, friend. Waiting for the peak, waiting for the swing, and we're down to a 2 versus 2. Bomb yet to be planted, but Shuey is super close. Acor legs friend, and Shuey takes some massive risk going through that smoke, but risks will be rewarded in this regard. Friend now moves into position. Deagle enough to take down Shuey. One bullet will do, and now it's a 1v1. Op v op. Acor knows he's legged him. He knows he's low, so he will go forward with the pistol. And Friend trying to bait out a shot. Oh, legs him back. And Acor will get the job done. GamerLegion finally pick up their first round. Made work for it once again, though, but at least now they've something to build off.
Yeah, the bottom to top flick is an extremely tough shot to hit from an Oper's perspective, and you can tell that when it's a 1 versus 1 between Opers and one of them just needs to bait out the shot to win it, he knows how to approach this one perfectly. But as you pointed out, it was a massive play from Shuey running through the smoke. We did mention that a couple times on Ancient. He is that guy that, especially on the CT side and a lot of those post plans, when he realizes that things are going to get really uncomfortable for his team, is willing to take that chance. And this is just a template. Well, not a template, but rather a tendency in his play style. But when it works out, it does so much for GamerLegion. Was enough to get them in a good spot here in the previous round, but already the man that we were speaking about has been dealt with, and I believe they've heard the scope of the Ope, so Acor should be on a timer.
I mean, he's peeked out super wide, and Emma's going to swing wide, find that kill onto Snacks, and Bialy's in no position to be trading. Not whatsoever. Oh, the flash goes down, but Bialy eventually will get that trade on out. Advantage does fall, and lie will Let Us Cook once again. And they are going to continue to end B here.
Yeah.
Plenty of times you've seen them end towards this B bomb site, and it has been working, bar that last round. Bialy finds another. That's Acor dropped. That's the up down. Do they want to go back towards this A site, or do they just want to continue? Bialy hasn't seen much more. Oh, that's the wrong timing to be walking through a smoke. Kios can see that. And now Isaac is still alone here for the moment, but up towards B. Now Isaac needs to get at least one and stay alive.
And he does so. Molotov is going to force him out. Actually finds himself a bit of a gap, but doesn't manage to get a kill with it. Friend is there to take him down, setting up the stage for kills in the 1 versus 2. No defuse kit available, only one smoke. Both teams will be playing this one together towards the left-hand side. Kills doesn't know that yet, and the AVP is holding on the cross. Missed shot from Friend, though, will give him a chance in the clutch. Following up flash, Friend still dancing around, trying to delay for as long as possible. And he has the support of his teammate towards the stairs. Friend trying to bait him out. Blitz to finish off the job. He was just waiting behind the wood onto stairs, waiting for the contact from the Oper to swing and get the kill. 8-1 in favor of the T side. This one is not looking too optimistic for GamerLegion's side. And I don't like doing that because it's only 9 rounds into a game, and we know that GamerLegion is one of the teams that we never ride off from a game, especially that early on. But so far, Let Us Cook have played in a way that it feels like they deserve a third, and it feels like they're gonna get it.
Oh, for sure, and they might get it a little bit quicker than everybody expected, right? I mean, GamerLegion right now, they've shown us pretty much nothing, down to a clutch situation, a 1v1 that really could have went either way. you know, they were a little bit fortunate as well. I mean, Acor was legged. You know, he was nearly taken down by Friend. So you can't really make too much of an account for GamerLegion starting to come back. Now, they can't do it, but so far we just haven't seen it. This round, it's a heavy A stack from the CTs, and oh, the timing is just going to work out perfect, and Kios is going to execute him in the back. Shuey looking to trade one, but unable to do so. He's going to fall, and now it continues to go from bad to worse for GamerLegion. This is looking like 9-1, and it will be no kills for the Pistols there, so the T economy just continues to flourish, and GamerLegion, they're really going to have to do it the hard way to get it back in. A tactical pause called by Ash, one that is definitely needed for sure. But GamerLegion, they need somebody to step up here. They need somebody to have around and, you know, spark a bit of a fire in their bellies to get back into this.
Yeah, oftentimes you'd see a struggling team like that. Obviously, what you need ideally is for everyone to wake up, but you need someone to set in the tone for a song, so to speak. Just one guy to step it up, get a massive double or a triple kill. That's going to get the atmosphere up in the team. Everyone's going to start smiling a little bit more. They're going to have a good laugh. Someone loud like Shuey. We know that there's a couple people on the team that can get the atmosphere up, mainly Shuey, but you know, you get a play like that to work, and then you can start thinking about getting back into the game. On the other side, though, we've had a really solid T side so far. Friends died only twice. Blitz is on 14 and 5. The Romanian that was previously a part of Enterprise. Obviously, he was a part of that undefined project as well in the start of this year. He's been playing outstandingly well.
Yeah, that's Cook being quite loud out towards middle, and Emma, oh, he's going to get a double through the smoke. That's huge. Isaac finds one now as well. Emma's going to walk through, and actually they've passed each other in the smoke, so Snacks stays alive momentarily, and Snacks really could come in with a massive backstab here. He's waiting for Emma to position, and he might just walk behind Emma now. This could be huge, because he could find not only Emma, but Acor as well. And you can see, he's playing for two here. He is playing for another one. He's playing for that little bit more information, and he's going to walk behind two B players. That's absolutely huge. There's one. Oh, we've seen the gun barrel of the second, but he might get 4-3'd here. He's going to walk right in front of Shuey.
No
way.
Shuey
just takes him down.
No.
A second as well. Shuey finds the double. Snacks outplayed himself. Outbrained himself there. And, well, of course, there's the account for playing native dead. 4-3.
Yeah. Man, he had the round in the palm of his hand, but he doesn't realize it. He doesn't see Shuey on his screen. That's so unfortunate. He had no idea. And he played that absolutely perfectly. He knows that he has a free kill towards middle, but he realizes that if he gets that kill, this probably doesn't do anything for them in the grand picture, right? It doesn't help them out for the round, so he just lets IMB. He knows he's in a really good position that they have no idea about and wants to clear out an entire bomb side, but yeah, unfortunate for him. GamerLegion get away with this one for surviving as well. This might as well be the round that starts off their run on the CT side here. Obviously, at this point, the maximum or the best that they could hope for is 6, but considering how one-sided this one was looking, and is still looking, 6 doesn't sound that bad.
Doesn't. It really doesn't. Down that just a little bit better. Oh, but easier said than done to find 6 as the T's, man. They just look so dangerous. That's a gunfight that they went up towards 8. They just trade on out, and Blitz with 2 is going to gain that little bit of control. They can put the bomb down safely. Isaac does have a HE that he can put on top of the plant there, but he's missed the timing. Missed the timing completely. Friend going to take advantage of that scoped weapon. Finds that long range shot. And oh, does Friend peek into Acor here? That could be absolutely huge. Oh, both ops miss. Chances given to both sides. Nobody's able to take it, but it's going to cost GamerLegion a lot more than it's going to cost Let Us Cook, because Acor has to save. It's 10 rounds on this T side for the Let Us Cook boys. And GamerLegion really struggling to put consecutive rounds together. They'll have another chance maybe to get that third round, but it's not coming here. But they need it to come soon.
Yeah, pretty certain that Isaac was just thinking that in the 2 versus 2 they would tap the bomb first and try and bait out some utility and then go for the plant. So that's why he doesn't chunk in the nade straight away as he hears the tap of the bomb. Or that, or he didn't hear them planting the bomb. So probably the first one. But yeah, that's another round that's going to be really a big disappointment from the side of GamerLegion, because it felt like it started really well. It was a 5 versus 3, but then Blitz goes huge without multi-kit once again. He's had a phenomenal map so far. At least GamerLegion hold on to the AVP and have enough money to contest in this one as well. But if we were talking about 6 being the best case scenario in the previous one, now this one is 5. And it's going to start going lower and lower with every single other round that goes in favor of the T side. Back to B they go, and back to Isaac's domain. Even though it hasn't really been his domain so far. Not in the way that he would hope for.
Towards B, Isaac will find one, and once again, Lettuce Cook seems to be having a lot of success. It's A or B, it doesn't really matter. But Chewy, the IGL, now is going to stop the 2 players that were wreaking havoc on that B site. And now only 2 more to stop in their tracks as well and get that elusive third round. They've been few and far between these CT rounds, but you need to take advantage when you do have that man advantage. So GamerLegion really need to put those rifles and that utility to good use in the retake. Friend clearing the flank momentarily. Everybody's coming from CT. Acor has a HE. He has a molly which could land right on top of Blitz. That's going to help out. Plentiful. Friend needs to do this alone, but Blitz at least takes one. Makes his job just that little bit easier. But Friend cowering behind the double box. He is going to be spotted out. He misses a shot. Costs him his life. Immu will get that defuse. And GamerLegion will finally get a third. But you have to feel if Chewy doesn't get those 2 there, that round is completely done and dusted.
Yeah, Chewy's been saving them in a lot of those scenarios. A lot of rounds on Ancient. 2 rounds here as well. Let me remind you, the 1 versus 1 that Acor did win for the first round, it got to the 1 versus 1 because Chewy jumped through the smoke and got the kill into the high HP player that had the rifle as well, right? So he's been really detrimental, really clutch in those scenarios. And you know, in the end of the day, you look at the scoreboard and you're not gonna realize the chances that he's taken and how solid he's been in a lot of those scenarios. I guess it's him and Isaac that have been the secret impact players. And did sound fall off the map?
They went for the run boost. I think they went for the run boost.
Yeah, I think they went for the run boost and sound fell off.
Oh no. Well, round done.
Yeah, don't say that. I mean, yeah, Blitz is still alive, so I wouldn't, but yeah, it's unfortunate. Imagine how big of a gift that feels like for GamerLegion. They just get 1 opening kill and then they spot sound that they haven't seen on the map just die. They see it on the kill feed. Must feel great.
Oh, this boost is going to be spotted. You know where 2 players are. 1 is unaccounted for. That's a great flash. Oh, Blitz is dead. He doesn't get away. Oh, that is so unfortunate for him. And this round has just really been a series of unfortunate events for Lettuce Cook.
Yeah. And quite a series of fortunate events for GamerLegion as well. Those are the rounds that you need. This is the thing that gets you back into a game. Didn't Kyo see him?
He did, but he's going to try and flank him around quickly. This is huge.
Yeah, that's a smart play.
Yeah.
Nice. He had the player towards Acon as well, so he's like, okay, I've seen him. Can you take first contact, and then I'm going to win the round for us. Works out well. Shui goes down, but still GamerLegion playing this one really diligently. As you pointed out, Keel's not really willing to take the chance. Flash was great. Kill the player on top of the boost, and then they close it out. 4 rounds on the CT side. You know what? If they get away with 5, this is successful. Considering that this was, what, a 9-1 lead for Lettuce Cook, this is a really successful first half for GamerLegion if they get away with 5. But if you want to find any success in your games, make sure you get hooked up with the best skins in the game. Make sure you head over to Hellcase, open some great cases, and get the skins for the elo, because we all know that you can't be winning Faceit games if you don't have nice skins. And don't forget, use our code CCT. It's gonna get you a nice free bonus. Free 70 cents, 10% refill bonus as well. Oh, deposit bonus.
Last round and a half. Have to make it count, Ted.
Have to make it cook.
Oh, don't even get me started, man.
You know what? You know
Nearly
what?
lunchtime.
We live in a world where if GamerLegion get 5 here and they get the pistol in the bonus rounds in the second half, it's a 10-8 and GamerLegion can actually come back into this. I know it's too far ahead, but you know, they can take it one step at a time. Even though Let Us Cook have been playing a really good T side so far, but then you have the other way of the story could go. Let Us Cook get this round and then get the bonuses and close it out instantly. Emma says no for this one, at least. Opening kill from the boost acquired. But look at Let Us Cook. They're going to close out the gap. Coming on the contact plate. They're just going to swing into them, picking up the fights dry.
You hear me?
Yeah, now I do. Now I do hear you. Okay, guys, I think there was a bit of a technical issue with Jack this last round, but you know, we're still here. We haven't lost him. I hope we haven't lost him. Jack, please don't leave me. Don't leave me alone. Can't do it without you. Still, the first half ends in favor of Let Us Cook. It's a 10-5, 1xbet odds, still in favor of Gamer Legion. But this final round, I guess, well, not only this final round, but the final couple rounds that they picked up in the end of the first half are going to help out a whole lot. Now, if you're Gamer Legion, you actually feel like you had a chance. And even though if we follow the statistics and the fact that, you know, they've been winning the games or the maps, if they win the first half in a lot of the scenarios, they are still a team that's really good to get back into the driver's seat. We said that, you know, obviously CS is really momentum based, and a lot of the teams on tier 2, even on tier 1 level, a lot of the teams are really momentum based. So when the game starts going well for them, they can kind of snowball onto it, especially with how economy is on the CT side nowadays. But yeah, it's again one step at a time task for Gamer Legion, but they're not out of it completely. And for Let Us Cook a best around and the bonuses, could actually get them into a really good spot here to close it out quite rapidly. For all of you folks watching from home, if they do close it out here, speaking about Let Us Cook, we are going to be moving forward to a nuke decider to see which one of those two teams will move forward into the grand finals taking place later on today. Before that, we're going to have the second semifinal taking place that I believe should be around 4 p.m. Central European time, the Astralis Talent 500 game, and the winner of this one and the winner of the next one are going to face off against each other for the lion's share of $22,000. And obviously, you get a lot of points for the rankings, so there is a good chance that if you win an event like that, you make your way into the Studio LAN finals. I'm not necessarily sure if Jack's gonna be back any time now. I hope he is, but
I'm here.
Oh, are you?
I'm letting
Okay.
you ramble, man. I was
okay,
enjoying
okay.
listening to you there.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's nice. You know, because I really couldn't hear you there towards the end of the previous half, so I was getting worried.
My clean feed just decided to die, but a quick refresh and we're good. We're good.
Okay.
I hope.
The technical side of things hasn't been on our side today. Let's put it that way. There hasn't been a lot of technical timeouts for the players. Well, I say it sounds a little bit funny because there is one right now, but it's just a toilet break, so it's fine. Yeah. Technical problems for casters. You love to see it happening. Well, you don't actually love to see it, but yeah.
You really don't, man. You really don't love to see it happening.
No. Hopefully my mic's alright now, though.
Yeah, man, it's just a dodgy cable, I think. That's all you need. Just
Yeah.
Happens, man. Technology just gives way after a long time. So, anyway, back underway with this one, as I believe it was just a toilet break. And, oh, welcome back, Isaac. Here's a little bit of team damage for you. Just a friendly little knife.
Oh yeah, we're not playing Face It.
No. Not this time around. Team damage is, of course, on. We've actually seen a lot of team kills. We've seen 2, I think, so far in the first 2 maps. Let's hope we don't see any more. It would be detrimental to both of these sides' chances. And while the T-pistols have been detrimental to the CT so far, every single time we've seen a pistol go in the T side's favour. And this one looks no different at the very beginning. They'll make their way out towards A. Kios will find a double on the rotate, and Bialy is there as well. So they have the information. They know where he's coming from. They can get this bomb down safely. And this would be perfect for GamerLegion to keep the chances of a 2-0 alive.
Yeah, Bialy in a 1 versus 3, but this one looks really tough. There's so many angles to try and clear. Acor just jiggling towards the back of default, and Bialy's not going to look to his back, and there goes the knife. Ima insults the injury. Bialy goes down to the lore Karambit. Actually, that was a great combo from him, I'm not going to lie. I was trying not to speak about the skins of the teams and the players, but yeah, this combo is just goated.
You get a knife in the back, Ted. So there's the BM knife that you were after as well.
Oh, yeah.
You get to look at some nice skins. The Karambit Lore and the Sport Glove Omega. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just the yellow gloves, man. They're really, really nice. Might have to invest. Might have to invest. And speaking about investing, Let Us Cook have invested fully into this round. They've got a Nova on Snacks, which is very intriguing. I want to see what that can bring. If that can bear any fruits. But I don't think GamerLegion are going to be too interested in getting one of their 5 a day. They're trying to get 5. But all 5 CTs out of this round.
Yeah, going back towards the B-bomb site. Utility going in. Full on execute. Everything should go in their favor. Sound is still up close with the 5-7, but nothing that he can do about it. Hoping that Acor walks through the smoke. And he actually does go for the elevated angle. A bit of a boost going on towards Guardian to give Blitz an elevated angle on this, but they need to be really quick. No defuse kit, so they need to run into them, and Acor's already collecting those souls. Blitz fights back with 1, but at this point, this is just the fight to try and stay alive. But oh, look at that from Snags. He's hungry. Give it to the Nova. Feed him. I've just realized maybe the Nova kills are the 3rd favorite thing for me in CS after the knife and the Zeus.
Yeah, better than like, what's the best shotgun? Do you think it's a Nova? Like
Nova
no,
kills? It's not the best, but I think that's why it's really entertaining to see, because it's really memey.
I think Sawed Off.
Oh, yeah.
Sawed Off is good.
That Sawed Off is worst. Yeah. If you get someone, if you see someone getting kills with the Sawed Off, then you know something's wrong with the game that you're watching.
So, right, I heard you make a call out there in that round. So you call Heaven Guardian, right? Yeah, right. Here's one for you. Overpass, right? And I heard this yesterday, and I couldn't believe my ears, right?
Yeah.
So, do you know the cubby on A beside truck when you're running up onto A site on Overpass?
Yeah.
Dweg calls that pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah, because it's in the shape of a pizza slice. Have you ever heard anything ridiculous?
No. I think that everyone just calls that truck as well. Like truck cubby.
Like truck cubby, yeah. Or just close right. You know, when you're... Yeah. He was like... No, that's pizza, man. And I
what's the thing, though?
I was laughing so much. I was like, no way you call that pizza.
You know what's the thing? People have really different calls for a lot of the positions. Even me and you are having a chat with some people, you know, from teams and stuff like that. That every single team has different call outs for certain spots, right? Because for us, when we're casting, we can say the truck cubby, but if you're in a game and you're in the mix of a really high intensity round, and you know comms are going left, right, and center, kills going left, right, and center, a lot of things happening in the same time, you can't really afford to be like, yeah, he's on the left hand side, on the right, and 10 meters turn left. It's not Google navigation, right? You got to be really specific. So people would have those call outs, but Yeah, I do. You know, I'm trying to defend Dweg in a way, but I can't really. I really can't justify him calling that pizza. I don't
It's-
think I've ever heard that.
It's funny you say that as well. See where Sound died in that round?
Yeah,
What do you call that?
I'm
what-
zoned out.
Like, did you see where he died? Yeah.
I not specifically. I saw the
Okay,
area where he died, but not specifically the position.
Yeah. In there. Yeah. I don't know why, but we call that Obama. Don't know why.
Obama.
Yeah, don't know why, but that's what
You
it's
use
called.
that on Viperio.
That's what it's called.
Okay.
And then see the little corridor that you go in to get towards B? That's OMC, one man corridor.
All right.
Yeah.
I know that one as Z.
Yeah, we call it OMC. Because there's only
YMCA.
you can only fit one man in there. Yeah, sorry, just weird call it's that's
Yeah.
that's where it is. Anyway, back into the round, and Let Us Cook have actually done quite well to find 3 kills. So Acor and Kiosk now will continue their journey up towards B, but it's a great angle from Sound, and of course he'll see the legs first, so he will just shoot them down, tag them down, he'll find that kill, but he'll stick around as well. I mean, he doesn't want to fall completely back, but that could be to his demise, as Acor does tag him away, and Sound reluctantly does retreat. 40 seconds, Blitz has a lovely angle on top of double to maybe try and find that kill, but unable to do so. All 3 Let Us Cook players are going to be here and ready, as Acor making no secrets about where his destination is intended. Sound will drop him before he gets past the sandbags. 11-8, it's a 3-round lead for Let Us Cook. As we see the CT money not in the greatest position, so a reset definitely possible, but the gun round does go in their favor at least, so they keep that the dream really of a 3rd map alive.
Yeah. Doing their control. I guess this round that they did win right now was the one that, you know, keeps you calm. If you lose this, it's 10-9, money's not great, so it's probably leveled up, and now you can start being a bit more worried, considering that was a 9-1 lead for you, but now it's fine. You're able to keep them in distance. Still though, GamerLegion, it is somewhat of a distance, but it's touching distance for sure. They are up close. That's a nice play from Stacks. They should know he could be up close though. Even if he thinks he's got Chewy on the timing. Stacks gets away with 1. There's the re-frag, but there goes Friend as well from the top of the ramp to shut down Chewy. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of the CT side. As Isaac is going to try and take some space, and actually he's been able to get himself into a good position. I'm not sure if they really know that he could be over towards Gap. They should, but they don't seem to realize it. He's got a perfect timing. He can win them the round here, especially with that kill from Acor. Oh my god.
So awkward. Oh, Friend, he swings and doesn't really get blinded by the flash. Chaos just has complete sight of him, eyes locked in. He will be locked down, taken out of the round. Sound now knows where the op is as well, and he'll get close behind default. He'll swing and peek out, and Acor can't react in time, can't connect with the bullet. And the 1v1, or rather 1v2, goes in Sound's favor. 12-8 right now. Let Us Cook beginning to stretch their legs really on this CT side and open up quite a bit of daylight between the 2 teams. 4 rounds the difference, and 4 rounds is all Let Us Cook need to close this one out and send us over to Nuke.
Yeah, finally you can breathe again. You can be a lot more calm if you're a Let Us Cook, because this one was starting to get out of hand there real quick. And GamerLegion actually deciding to go for the force buy here. This might catch them off guard. It's a bit of a scrappy buy from them. They have 2 AKs, a couple pistols, a lot of util. You can see Let Us Cook now spotting the first AK. A lot of damage done to Snacks. No kills, though, found by the T side. Speaking of the first AK in Imma's hands towards A, we have the second one into Isaac. Imma doesn't see anyone, decides to back off. Give them the benefit of the doubt for now, but they start gathering up for another B play. Both teams really prioritizing that B bomb side. Obviously, you can muster up a pretty successful execute here with the utility that you have. Can isolate every single position, make it like living hell for Sound, but the smoke will surely delay them for a little bit. Eventually, they'll have to run through this. They've already given away their pensions.
They've given it away, but still nobody has fallen just yet. First casualty is Kios, as the Tech-9s still try and make their way and bulldoze their way up into the B site, but no entry, no access right now for GamerLegion, and eventually they're going to just have to give up this fight. Acor and Emma looking a little bit worse for wear, 17 and 34 HP. Moving forward, you need to be crisp, just like that. And Acor with a massive headshot, blind for the moment. Emma will not get down the stairs in time. Blitz will take him down, and Blitz will just close that round out. Let us cook 13 to 8 up. And GamerLegion, they invested heavily into that one. Now they cannot afford to do so. Ash is going to take this moment now to speak to his players, to try and rally the troops, get a little bit of a comeback going, or else we're going over to our third and final map.
You know what? Hear me out. Hear me out. What is the chance of them actually forcing back into this round? Resetting the CT side's economy and having a nice comeback. This is the decision that you need to make right now.
Yeah.
Do you want to let us cook on to 14 and to build up that economy? Or you force back-to-back, you get Acor on a Galil, you get Im on a Galil, and maybe Kios, and then you have Isaac and Shui with the Tech-9s and the whole lot of you two? Or do you believe that all that you need for your success on the T side is a proper full buy and you can come back from 8-14? Apparently it's option B, because they're just going to go for the upgraded pistols on some of those members. GamerLegion playing the long game here. Let's see if it gets to it, though. Might get only one more proper buy round, and then we're on to nuke. But this decision shows that they're confident, right? Shows that they believe that their T side is good enough for a comeback like that, which is good. Let's see if it works out, though. Friend picks up the first. Imma actually gets a nice refrag. This is really awkward for Bialy. A lot of bodies on his screen. And another 1 for 1.
That's perfect there from the pistols. You know, you could see the bait and switch, you know, the pop up like whack-a-mole. The T's just kept appearing from all different angles, but the CT's appear now on the screen, and it's Blitz lighting up that kill feed with 3. As we
25
see.
and 12.
Yeah, he's been incredible so far in this game. And let us cook. All right, they do a little bit of damage to the money, a little bit of damage to the economy, but the reset potential, is it really there? No, not really.
Yeah,
not really.
After one more, you get one round and then you can reset them, but
it is on 3 players. It's on 3 players.
Yeah, the thing is that they will probably, if they get locked out of a bomb site, they probably don't go for an unfavorable retake, so that they hold on and they're going to be able to reinvest. But yeah, you gotta win consecutive rounds. You need at least 2 in a row to make us believe in a potential comeback, and they're not gonna come in easily. As you pointed out, Blitz, he's been detrimental with the multi-kills mid-round. Old school Tarek vibes given by the Romanian. Bialy going for an aggressive peek again. Does he realize, though, how close Shui has gotten? Only problem is Shui actually has the bomb on his back, so he can't really go for too aggressive of a play. Now he's dropped that one over. He can start closing out the distance.
Nice headshot from Blitz there to Isaac, and the numbers just keep thinning for GamerLegion, which is a big problem. Blitz on the flank drops the bomb as well. Acor needs to take him down, but the second player might not be accounted for, and definitely not the third. It's a 2 versus 4 right now. 2 in front, 2 behind, and GamerLegion have to go into at least a pair of players here to get back into this round. Molly burns Bialy. Shui might have just heard that, and I think he should have. But Acor on 1 HP. AWP is left completely alone. Shui falls. Acor follows suit. And Let Us Cook have looked incredible on this vertical. They've shut GamerLegion out, and this upset might just happen. Nuke is a good map for both, and we said this going into this game. It's pretty much a fair veto, right? I mean, both teams are going to be comfortable on the maps, but Let Us Cook look more than impressive here on map number 2.
Yeah.
And if they continue to form into map number 3, it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, it was a great adaptation play from the CT side as well. The fact that they noticed GamerLegion haven't been putting too much emphasis onto middle, so they felt like they might have had the gap for Blitz and Snacks to double push mid. They were so early on that flank towards the ramp. GamerLegion just feeling a bit helpless in that second half. Again, a lot of consecutive rounds for Let Us Cook. That was a 10-8. It's 5 consecutive, looking to make it 6 and send us to another map. Friend, Blitz, strike in unison. Sound just dancing around the smoke. Finally gets taken down. GamerLegion doing their absolute best to fight for their dear life. But it's still a 2 versus 3 with only a Mac 10 and a Galil, and Isaac needs to get aggressive.
Yeah, needs to get in the faces here of the CTs. Snacks gets the better. It's down to Kios, a 1 versus 3. He's dealt with the first. The second causes him too much of a problem. And well, they're going to have to solve a big problem, which is going to be map 3. It's going to be Nuke. Has Let Us Cook get it done in 24 rounds. They managed to take it 16-8. What a performance to come back, especially, you know, after being a... You know, they would have been disappointed, man. They were so close. Lots of clutch rounds came in there on Ancient on map 1 that could have gone either way. Really could have tilted this. And it's a scary prospect for GamerLegion because this game definitely could have been a 2-0 in favor of Let Us Cook. They're going to need to come back with an answer on map 3. But until then, we've got a little bit of a break coming up. We'll see you in about 10 minutes' time for the finale of our first semi-final.
very complicated job, but I love simple things so much. One move. One push. One touch. One love. One click. One X-bet.
Tired of boring case openings? Do you always get only cheap skins? The Hellcase website has tons of options to upgrade your inventory. It's up to you to participate in giveaways, events, or compete with other players in opening cases. Hellcase, your world of expensive skins.
The hunger for glory feeds the desire, the courage to look for a challenge, to feed your ambitions. To reach for greatness. To become the champion of champions.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the semi-final between GamerLegion and Let Us Cook here at the CCT Northern European Series 4. And we are about to get underway with our third and final map. It's taken all three to split them, Ted, and we go over to Nuke for this decider.
Yeah, and you know, nothing better for a cast and a pair of casters than casting an iFrown, Jack, which we'll jump into actually any moment now. Obviously, this being the third map, we don't have the A-B team protocol, so it's not like a team chooses the final map. It's well, a team chooses it, but there isn't a set team to pick a side, so we'll have to go through the knife. I think this is maybe the most difficult way that anyone's ever explained how an iFrown works and why we're using an iFrown. But you know what? We're going to move on. We're going to look into some really cool knives and combos. But looking at the grand scheme of things, obviously, for those of you folks that are just joining in, we're just going to tune in into the third map of the first semi-final of the day. We have the other one, which is going to see Astralis Talon take on 500 straight after the end of this one. And then after the end of the second semi-final, there's going to be the grand final. All three best of threes being played in one day. And at the end of the day, one of those teams is going to go home with a lion's share of $22,000, Jack, which is quite a lot. You know, it's impressive, and a lot of points for the studio finals. Someone might qualify for the studio event.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, you'd be happy enough about that. I mean, the 22,000, definitely nothing to turn your nose up at. It looks like we have a little bit of an issue as one of the players is experiencing a little bit of lag. So we might be a small bit delayed before we do go live. But we can have a little bit of a chat about, you know, Nuke has a map for both of these teams. GamerLegion, you know, have the higher win percentage, but it's not that high. It's 45% in the last 3 months, whereas Let Us Cook have played it 5 times, only coming out with 1 win. So not a perfect map, but they will be comfortable on it.
Yeah, we know for a fact that GamerLegion put in a lot of work into their prep, and you know, you count Nuke as a map that they prep a lot for. It's one of those maps on which you know, teams put in the most time, because it's a map on which, especially on the T side, there's a lot of teams that throw in some nades that give away their intentions. So there's a lot of tails, a lot of hints to what people are doing. So everyone's trying to mask their footsteps in the best way possible. And there on the CT side, you need your communication to be top notch, because a single wrong rotation, a single wrong move, not even a wrong rotation itself, but a wrong turn, you hold the wrong angle for 2 seconds and you're out of the round. So Nuke is a pretty complex map. It's a pretty good map. It's always been a good map for Polish teams as well. So we do expect Let Us Cook to be able to, cook a little bit. This is the 5th time we're using that pun today. I promise is going to be the last one as well. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting some information that we will have to run back into a technical pause once again because of some server issues. And unfortunately, the players will need to change the server. So we're going to be right back any moment now. Stay tuned. Stay here. Watch the stream still. We could be back in just a couple seconds. I wasn't joking when I told you we would be back in a couple of seconds. We actually are. I don't think there was even 30 seconds of a pause. But hey, we're back.
Back and underway. And, well, ooh, Snacks going towards top main on the knife round. Don't usually like to see that.
Acor's combo is cracked as well. You know what? GamerLegion deserves to win the knife round only because of the combos. Yeah. See? That's why you should head over to Hellcase, win some nice skins, and yeah, get a nice combo, a nice knife and gloves combo. What's your combo right now, Jack? By the way,
I don't have any gloves, but Karambit Tiger Tooth. I'm thinking about maybe getting some Omega Sport gloves, you know, for the yellow, but very expensive, and I've got some trips coming up, so you know, I need to kind of pay for them first. So yeah, we're going to jump now into this pistol round and we'll get underway with our third map.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, GamerLegion taking on Let Us Cook, map number 3. It's Nuke. It's GamerLegion starting on the CT side. It's Let Us Cook starting on the offense. 1xbet favoring GamerLegion for this one. Let's see if it's going to be reasonable. The pistol round already starting off, and the T's making their way towards the round.
Some nice shots from the CT pistols, and well, the ram stack works out perfect. Snacks gets out towards A, but he's no teammates left, so that's the problem. Acor might be able to find him in the brain, and he will do so. First time we're going to see a CT pistol 1, and it goes in favor of GamerLegion. A good start for them, and you feel like they need it. You know, especially after a disappointing map 2, start this one off well, especially on your CT side, and give the best account of yourself. You do not want to let Us Cook build up that momentum. It took literally all of my strength to stay away from the cooking pun, but we stay away from it. However, it's a nice plan maybe that Let Us Cook have in this round. A little bit of a set piece with some pistols. Oh, you failed the nade towards door.
Yep. And now they had to pry open it, and that doesn't work in the same way. Isaac realizes that there has been a quick play towards outside, gets the first one, drops down into the hands of the pistols though, and Friend will take him down. Actually, one player does manage to drop down, but the bomb gets dropped and it doesn't go down the vent. It actually flew over towards main. That's a disaster. Blitz is down on B, but guess what, my friend? You don't have the C4, and you really need that for the cash injection. And you're not getting away with this. I don't think they've realized that Blitz is down, so he might get a chance at a kill. Still a little bit off the mark. Back of the head, Deagle doesn't work nicely, especially on Nuke. You can ask Nico about it. I really couldn't behave myself there. I really do apologize to Nico for this one, but yeah, it is what it is. It's a 2-0 for GamerLegion, 4 alive as well, so money's going to be looking jubilantly well for the side of GamerLegion. Let Us Cook on the other side on a half buy. Statistically, this hasn't been the greatest map, as you pointed out, for both teams, right? And I guess we can use a round like that to emphasize on this stat a little bit more. Let Us Cook have played 5 nukes. They've won only 1 against Mouse NXT. But an interesting thing to actually focus on is the fact that in 3 of the maps, it's been either a 12-16 or a 13-16. And then against Fnatic in the playoffs here at the CCT Northern European Series, they lost 15-19. So every single time they've been able to put up a fight, every single time they've played a good map on Nuke, but they're just not able to close it out. And then if you look on the other side in the camp of GamerLegion, it's been pretty similar whenever they lose it, but their most recent record has been a lot better, right? They've won 3 out of their last 4 games on the map, beating teams like Partisan, Movistar Riders, Ecstatic, and losing only to Seoul in a 12-16 fashion. But as we pointed out, GamerLegion are like the nerds of the tier 2 space. So whenever they lose a map or something doesn't go the way that they wanted, you know that there's going to be a lot of work being put in before the next time that they play this map.
Yeah, lots of effort being put in, of course, from this GamerLegion side, especially with the build up to the RMR, of course. We did get a little bit of an insight, of course, speaking to the analyst of GamerLegion Munster, and you know they have been getting the reps in. They want to get a result here in the CCT, especially after coming so close in that game against Spirit Academy, being taken down in the final. And now, really, they're only one map away from the final. It started off well. They're going to have 3 rounds now, as I don't think Snacks is going to get any further, and it's a clean CT round for the GamerLegion lads.
Yeah, it's the best start that GamerLegion have had so far, especially considering they did start well on the first map as well, but then as soon as Let Us Cook got the guns, they started getting rounds, but the first couple rounds weren't as clean. And speaking of clean, that offer from Hellcase was hella clean, so make sure you click the banner below the stream and use our code CCT to get yourself with a free 70 cents and a 10% deposit bonus on Hellcase. Obviously, though, for GamerLegion, as we pointed out, things are going to be looking a lot better now. Money's good, utilities there, guns as well. And for Let Us Cook, this one is a really important round that they seem to be putting their eggs towards that ram basket. Smoke will delay them for now, but in the end of the day, will be Chaos to get tested.
Good molly, actually, from Chaos just to stop the push. They can't really drop down on top of them, and if they do, they have to go the long way around, and it's just bought enough time for the CTs to get down. There's 3 here, and Chaos is going to be able to find at least 1. Now, 3 more players from the Ts are going to try and bulldoze their way out. No, they're going 1 for 1. It is really tit for tat here in this round, and it's down into a 2 versus 2, but the Ts are looking very weak indeed. Blitz, super low, and Sound not looking too better, as we wait and see if Let Us Cook are going to stay committed to this B site. That's what Shui's waiting for. He's waiting to see if they make their way back. But the mollies go down. The bomb will be planted. And Shui and Emma are going to have to try and work together to get their way out onto this B site. Notoriously difficult to retake. Emma causing a little bit of a distraction. Maybe he catches Blitz's eye for the moment. As now Shui peeks out. Spots nothing. Emma goes out in search of that last player. Molly, Smoke, flash for Sound, and now his position compromised. Shuey gets the better of him. It's a lovely headshot, and it is a perfect retake for GamerLegion as they start and continue to push through Nuke, unbeaten and unchallenged so far. A 4-0 lead.
That's why we emphasized on the fact that the communication and, you know, the seriousness almost in a lot of those situations from GamerLegion's perspective has been on the up trajectory, right? When you see them going into a really unfavorable retake for themselves, you're going to see Shui go for a really crazy play, jumping through a smoke, trying to open up distance, or rather space for his team to work with. But then as soon as they're in a favorable 2 versus 2, they just realize that instantly. It just clicks in. And they're playing this one so defensively, just making sure that they stay alive. Imma obviously repositioning towards Decon, making sure that he's not giving them a lot of headshot only fights, headshot angles when they're low on HP, and Shui being as passive as possible there. Still, Let Us Cook get away with the bomb plant, so another buy coming in. But as you pointed out, if they manage to get a couple rounds on the board before Let Us Cook get into the game here on Nuke, this could be a big difference maker in the end. Nothing as snowbally as the CT side on Nuke.
"55 seconds and Let Us Cook looking to set up what looks like maybe a little bit of a secret round. Isaac is going to be making his way down, and he's actually not down in time. The issue with this is GamerLegion have 2 players towards ramp, and the bomb is making its way there. So regardless of how this fight goes down towards Secret, if Shuey is able to stop that first player and the second, this becomes extremely difficult. Because Let Us Cook now have to maybe try and get up the vent and go towards A, because you don't want to go towards ramp if there is at least 1 or 2 players there. But the double ramp setup has been undone. Shuey's still there. He said he can hold it alone, and so far he's doing a great job. He's found 2 kills. Bialy trades 1 back. Knows Shuey is still around somewhere. No idea exactly where, and he's waiting for a player to pick up now from this B side. Shuey continues to dance around the box and finds 3 kills. There's no time. The round is over, and Snacks will be lucky to get out of this vent alive. Does he stay alive? Yes, he will. Finds that headshot, keeps the AK in the next round. If he goes down, he's got no money to force back into this round. Well, Let Us Cook have no other choice, really, but to force behind these AKs and try and get their first T round on the board.
That's so scary for Let Us Cook. The fact that GamerLegion had such a good read on the situation, only on the back of the outside smokes going there so late. Isaac instantly rotates down, and you saw that only Imma and Acor were actually up on the 2nd floor of the map. Well, Acor was on the 3rd, he was towards heaven, but you get the idea. They had the double setup towards the ramp, and Acor towards Secret. Or rather, Isaac, sorry, towards Secret. This time, Let Us Cook, gonna run it a lot quicker though. Outside smokes, a lot of people already making their way down Secret. Rotations from GamerLegion were quick as hell the previous time. Let's see if they do the same now. There already is a player down. But it's only the 1. It's only Shuey towards Dark. Though he's gonna have a quick rotation from Kios towards the ramp, but GamerLegion not really putting all their eggs into that rotation basket towards the B-bomb side when it's such an early play. Obviously, the outside smokes a really good way for you to try and toy with the CT side's mines. Keep them guessing, if possible. But once again, they've guessed right.
Just waiting for the perfect time to swing out towards B. Oh, and waiting for the perfect time to open their account in this round. And a sound with a double. He's cleared out the B side pretty much by himself. His teammates were pretty much accessories there in that round, and Bialy eventually gets in on the action out towards A, drops 1 more. So just taking these rifles away, taking these weapons away. Acor goes as well, so that means there isn't going to be an op saved. Imma has been spotted, and he might just try and get away with his life and the AK in his hand. It's a great round for Let Us Cook, because not only do they win it, but they keep the majority of their men. And that, of course, is going to blossom their economy just that little bit. It was a big risk forcing into this round. A risk that they had to take, though, and it pays off.
Yeah, you can't just let GamerLegion build up those consecutive rounds on the board without losing too many players, building up the money, building up the confidence. Eventually, you have to take them out of their comfort zone on the CT side, otherwise they could be running away with this. That's a massive round from Sound as well, and double entry down B. Even the triple, if you want to put it that way. And add the kill onto Acor as well to the list. Enough money for GamerLegion to monster up a rebuy. And a really delayed tactical timeout. Now, I like that. I think that GamerLegion at this point, obviously both the players and Ash, realize that this is a map that starts really well, but it's still a pretty doable, decent E side for Let Us Cook, right? And by that, I mean they can still come back into it on the back of winning just 2 buy rounds. You win the previous one. GamerLegion have done a good job in the opening 5 rounds to get their confidence and their money up to the level of which they can rebuy and not be too worried about what happened the previous time, right? But now they gotta be afraid about Secret as well. Not only in the mid rounds like the previous one, but early round as well. You see the outside smokes. So far, they've been used 100% of the time, but it's been 2 different occasions as well. So it becomes a lot harder to read, because now Let Us Cook can just occasionally throw the outside smokes and not really play with it. And now they've conditioned GamerLegion's rotation. So this is something that needs to be taken in mind. And you realize that if you lose this round, your money is reset, and Let Us Cook can start building up on the round. So a pretty scary prospect here for GamerLegion, even though they have a 5-1 lead. On the other hand, though, if they win this round, it's going to be all hypes and GG's.
There's another terrifying part of this GamerLegion side, and that is Shuey is 8-1 currently. He was the highest rated player in that Elite event that they won recently. And he hasn't had a great game so far, not on the first 2 maps, but he's 8-1 right now. And GamerLegion really seem to be singing from the same sheet right now. Everybody playing in unison, in cohesion. And it just is a joy to watch. 3 unanswered kills in this round. And already, a minute left. The round's done. I mean, Bialy and Friend, they can hope to do a little bit of damage and take some weapons away, but Friend is going to be found out, and surely they realise Bialy could be flanking them round, and it is that man that I'm highlighting right now. The IGL, a fragging IGL, Ted, which is something that is so important in the game right now. You know, you see a lot of teams suffer when the IGL, you know, he doesn't have these big performances. You know, he sometimes, you know, a lot of IGLs are being criticised because they seem to be letting the team down. Shuey is not one of them. Shuey is one of those guys that can really win you a game when he is on. He can really win you an event when he's on. And right now, he is playing incredible. It just helps as well that Ima is 9-0 too.
Yeah, it's the fact that there are so many experienced voices in the team. But look at that from Let Us Cook. They're going to switch up the base, completely send it out on the A-bomb side. Snacks picks up the first, but there's the reaction. There's the shutdown from Isaac. Down in Bialy, they'll still fight back. Probably opening that A-bomb side and the double retake coming in from heaven. We were praising Shuey. Well, now himself and Kios will have to retake it in a really unfavorable scenario. Bialy towards the CT vent is always a tough player to clear out, especially when you haven't spotted him yet. Now they've seen one. Sound gets tagged down, but it's still a really bothersome retake.
Oh, the molly goes in front of the hut though, so that's huge. That's 2 players trapped out, and the isolation here. Of course, Kios is going to swing out. He's the low HP. Shuey's going to try and get a smoke, and another molly down. Now he just has to deal with the door player. Oh, he's going to tap it. Friend swings through the molly. Both players are extremely low, but Friend goes around the back of the site. Shuey this time decides to stick it. Friend is going to see him, executes him in the side of the head. It's a very nice attempt from the IGL of GamerLegion, but he won't get it done. Friend will fall though, so everybody on that T side has to rebuy, which could prove massive in terms of this game, especially if we have a GamerLegion round coming up.
That's so big from Let Us Cook. The previous round, we didn't really have the time to talk about it, but you notice how Acor just started down Secret with the AVP and opened up a lot of space, so they were able to focus on A, and that's the reason it worked out so well on the defensive side of things. So Let Us Cook are like, okay, we can see that they're trying to adapt to what we're doing. They're trying to read us. Let's just throw it out. Let's just speed it up. Just put in the chaos, but look at GamerLegion's response once again. Back to outside they go, but back to a double aggressive setup, and Shuey actually cuts off Bialy.
He's found that kill, and he has all the information as well, right? I mean, he's seen them go down Secret. Now, Kios, of course, is going to be hearing them. Snacks is going to try and get this bomb plant in the smoke. He taps it. Oh, but the spam through. Emma drops it, and now the round is really up in the air for Let Us Cook. How do you get your hands back on this bomb if it's just Sound and Friend alone? Blitz has fallen. Lots more damage been done, and Sound is isolated, because Friend is above ground right now. Bomb's still down. They have complete sight on it. And this round seems like it's under lock and key. Oh, that's a great flash. And Sound just picked the wrong time and to go for a peek. Friend has no friends left. Oh, but he might be joining them very, very soon. Not before he picks up 1 kill. But he can only hope for damage here. Damage really is the only outcome from this round, and he's taken away 2 rifles, to be fair to him, so I don't really want to, you know, discount him all that much. He's going to step in the vent, though. That's going to be a dead giveaway. The high-low surely should seal this round, and it does. It's 7-2 right now in favor of GamerLegion, and Let Us Cook don't get a bomb plant. Their money is in a sticky situation once again.
Yeah, it feels like it's impossible to deal with Shuey and Emma right now, right? They're 12-2 and 10-1. They're just having the time of their life, and I like the answer once again from GamerLegion to what happened in the previous round. You know that Let Us Cook probably won't run the same play, the same fast-paced play towards A, and what a lot of teams do on the T side, normally they just run a play like that just to make sure that they open up enough space for themselves to work towards outside or the ramp, right? So GamerLegion once again just reading really well into that. And now Let Us Cook try and hit it once again with the A hit, but this time around Isaac and I am a lot better prepared for it. I think the bomb was able to actually drop down the vent, but the bomb plant won't be allowed. And Friend, once again, in a pretty similar situation, looking for the damage, looking for the kills, but GamerLegion a lot happier. And once again, Friend goes away with 2 kills in the end of the round, but for GamerLegion, that doesn't really make too big of a difference at this point. You're up to 8. Money's looking a lot more solid compared to a couple rounds ago. And from Let Us Cook's perspective, surely it feels like GamerLegion are just able to read you real quick on that CT side. The way that they've been switching up their approach and the way that they've been sending players where they're supposed to be, you can just tell that they're doing a really good job on adapting. Listening to Bear Grylls.
Oh, okay.
My goodness gracious.
Yeah, that was quick.
You know what? That's why he's the highest rated player on the team.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's a gap. Oh, that's not good. You can't cross without any info being given away. But luckily, there's nobody holding directly for that. Kiaz is just waiting for the wrap.
Yeah. He still believes that as soon as they get the kill onto Acor, they won't expect the second player to be up close towards Garage. So they'll think that they have a window to work with, but his position might catch them off guard. Obviously, Sound maybe doesn't want to just walk out. He wants to wait for something else to happen first, and they're in a good 5 versus 4. They have a lot of control. 1 player or 2 players actually posted towards lobby controlling that, a lot of people towards outside, so they can wait. The problem with this is the fact that eventually you have to start moving, and this kill was really important. Kill shuts this down, and that means that now his teammates can be a lot more focused on the angles that they were already holding. Outside, not a gap anymore, and Kills continues fighting kills. This is a massive round from him.
Oh, he could spot the bomb as well and really foil the plans of the CTs. The issue is, I mean, they're all above ground right now. They're all focusing on this A site. Oh, Blitz is going to try and walk out the hut. Im is going to be ready, and Isaac doesn't even peek for him. They're waiting for the wrap. They were in great position. All Let Us Cook needed to do was go towards ramp and go towards B. But they didn't know. They had no idea.
No.
9-2, and even the bomb across towards Secret, right? So, you know, like they were in a position to get down. They just made the wrong call, and it cost them. 9-2 right now. GamerLegion continuing to just really flex their muscles and flex on Let Us Cook. And you're maybe seeing that disappointing form that Let Us Cook have had on this map. You know, the 1 win out of 5. And GamerLegion, of course, they've played it so many times, a hell of a lot more than Let Us Cook. And you're seeing that experience maybe as a 5, as a unit. Bear some fruits in this round. Acor spots the flash, telegraphs it from a mile away, comes away with 1, which honestly isn't the worst outcome.
No, it's not the worst outcome. It's not the best either, though, because there's an M4 now in the hands of the T. Shuey quick enough on the rotation. Fred actually tries to run through the flames. That's a ballsy play.
A lot of damage as well to do to Shuey.
But you understand why he's going for it, right? He feels like if he just lets the Molotov go, he's like, okay, we've given away the window that we had to actually play a quick round towards B, and if we try and go back A, there's a good chance that this will happen, and we're just going to get molded down by a player in a really tough to clear out angle, which is what Ima does with a nice triple. So you understand why he goes for it. It's really tough, though, because even if he gets the first kill, there's a good chance that they don't make anything happen with it, because there was a second player, and as you can see, I think they actually had a smoke, but they decided not to extinguish the Molotov and go with him. So there was a big time window, and with the second player and his Molotov, it was always going to be a really tough round for Let Us Cook. 10-2. They run it again with the AKs. Ideally, I'd say 4 rounds maybe, and you give him a chance here. But anything below 4 rounds on the T side, I think would be a big problem.
Yeah, I think you need... I don't know, I think you need a 5 here head, to be honest with you, mate. I think GamerLegion just look like the better team here on this map, and it's...
Out of respect for Zonic, 4 is the bare minimum.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you.
I think it just looked like the better team completely. Oh, that timing is awful, by the way, for Blitz. He was holding that angle and he just walked back in. Ima is actually going to get out back towards the A site. Needs to in time. Stops the door player, spots the second. He can just play time here and wait for them to come to him and allow his teammates to get into a position to help him out. But they won't get there just in time, but Shuey is extremely close, and he might walk through this smoke. Isaac can defend. Oh, there's a player above him. Oh, it's so awkward. They managed to find the kill. They dropped the bomb, but Sound can keep his hands on it. Oh, Acor drops down, and he wins that fight. No way. Acor should not be winning that. He was super quick going down, and I don't think Sound really believed him. I don't think he believed that he's just been killed like that. That is really unfortunate from him. But GamerLegion, man, they're just playing with so much confidence right now, and you can see it's beaming from them.
Yeah, it is. The fact that Isaac gets that kill, the fact that Acor drops down and just instantly gets the kill. 9 out of 10 times you'd see the player drop down the vent, go down, and we'd be like, oh, what the hell is he doing? Why is he giving him a free kill like that? But you know what? If it works, it works, and you can't say anything about it. Let us cook once again. Try and send it out towards the A-bomb side, but Isaac gets the first kill, and going out of a choke point like that, as soon as you lose the first encounter, it becomes a whole lot tougher to get out, and Acor's actually farming them on the AVP right now. We were highlighting Emma and Shuey in the start of the map, but Acor's awoken now. Obviously, he's only up to 9 kills, so you can't really compare him to the 15-2 of Shuey and the 19-2 of Emma, who are having a field day at the office. But Acor's impact on some of those kills has been really immaculate. But still, as you pointed out, and you were spot on. GamerLegion just looked like the far better team on this nuke right now. They look so well prepared. And this is one of the things that, you know, you can highlight about GamerLegion, the fact that they're looking like a top tier 2 team. Even if they're having a rough day, even if they win their map pick by scraping a couple rusty clutches, rounds that they win with pistols, then they get dominated on the second map. You go to a third, and they're going to be looking like that. They are a team that can recover from something like it.
They failed the smoke. They failed the first smoke there in that diagonal. So they had to expend one. Oh, it's a double push towards Ramp. Acor. Oh, he's going to drop the bomb. Look where it falls as well. Like right into your lap. Talk about fortune. Not like they're going to need any fortune, because it's been their skill that has really prevailed on this CT half. And let us cook. Now, they really need to get some good fortune to get back into this game. Shuey long range finds the first kill, snacks with the refrag, and he finds himself in a 1v4 situation, put into a 1v3, as now Emma goes pushing for that information. Snacks hasn't moved, but the timing might just catch him out. He has been spotted, and the T-Roof player, Kios, is going to put him in his place, and Let Us Cook have really been put in their place in this first half. 13-2. Extremely one-sided on the final map. GamerLegion getting a little bit of revenge for Vertigo.
Man, Emma's on a 9.5 KD right now.
Ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Ridiculous.
By the way, noticing something. It's just the good reads and probably the good preparation that GamerLegion have going into this game. Every single time we've seen the deeper variation of the outside smokes, GamerLegion seem to know that Let Us Cook are not focusing on holding ramp too much, right? They're focusing on outside, getting someone into garage, maybe someone into secret, and then focused on maybe hut or door. But no one's actually holding for ramp, and this is something that they exploited last round. This is something that they exploited here as well. And I'm not over exaggerating when I say Let Us Cook need this pistol round.
Oh, they need it. They need it so badly. And well, the CTs are gonna try and do what was done to them in the opening round of this map. But right now, it's a 3 versus 3, and it's a post-plan situation. You'd have to favor the T's here, especially with Acor picking up that kill. They know where Sound is to Julie's long range. 1-2, Emma's down. Oh, but Julie versus Julie's. Acor comes out on top, and now it's Bialy in a 1 versus 2. We've seen him come to life in the playoffs. He's been one of the highest rated players that Let Us Cook had in the entire event, but can't get the better of Acor, can't get the better of GamerLegion on that pistol. And when you take both pistols with a spectacular performance in the first half, surely there's no way back here for Let Us Cook, and surely this one is going to be done sooner rather than later. It's a 14-2 scoreline, and you have to feel a little bit for Let Us Cook to be as competitive against, of course, a team that you're coming up against them. You're definitely the underdogs in this game, don't get that twisted, but to be absolutely outclassed on this map is a sad sight to see.
Yeah, it is really sad, because there was the possibility of a 2-0 for Let Us Cook in the semifinal, right? If you go back to that ancient 1 clutch, 1 round with the pistols, all of those are just making the big difference here. But it's the fact that, again, what we said, GamerLegion are able to actually dominate a third map like that. a decider after how close the first two were. Well, the first one was really close. The second one, not really as much. Maybe for a second there, but again, Let Us Cook handled that really well. Still, though, they're not out of it. After the phase vitality Anubis gave, I'm just not writing anybody off. Especially when they started off with a pistol victory like that. Is the swag 7, is the 5-7, and it's the third round for Let Us Cook, unless we witness a 1 versus 5 from Isaac, which shouldn't be happening. And indeed, it will be a clean round. It's Bliss with the finisher. 2 for Bialy, 1 for Sound, Blitz, and Snacks respectively. Friend was the cameraman in this round, but it's still a round for Let Us Cook, so they will try and fight. At least for dignity at this point. It's a long road, and it's a dusty road, but you can take it one step at a time. At this point, you've lost the game. So
yeah,
from now on, you can only win.
I think that round is just, Munster thought he was getting away a little bit light, with the amount of work he was going to have to do on his nuke, but the anti-ecos on the T side, maybe something to look at. Of course, I'm joking, Luca. I'm joking. But, now we see Let Us Cook. They're going to try and make this, of course, as respectable as they can, but it's so long back, man. I mean, it's such a far way back. And we know how good GamerLegion on Ancient were with the pistols. They did, of course, have an A-core up, knocking about in a few of the rounds, but, on these Deagle rounds, they are definitely a threat. So Let Us Cook, especially after losing that first player, the doubt does kind of creep in a little bit. We've lost the first fight. I need to win this next fight. And if that next fight doesn't go in your favor, then the snowball effect comes in and it keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. But as of right now, it's an extremely passive round for GamerLegion. They're looking for Let Us Cook to make the first move.
Yeah, they're trying to make them feel the pressure right now. They want to let Us Cook just emphasize on the fact that they've lost the opening pick. Now they're going to try and walk out of outside. They've spotted the player towards back blue. I'm not sure if he wants to give him that fight at this point. And indeed, he doesn't, but Kios wants to look for it. He's got the rifle. He wants to find the kill, and there's a lot of damage being done to Friend. He needs to make sure he doesn't go down here. Thankfully, Blitz is there to help him out, but look at Chewy. Oh, he wants to go for the knife. Does he? No, he's going to execute him. Back of the head. Round is pretty much unwinnable at this point, especially with the drop of the bomb towards outside. Some damage done, but still Let Us Cook do manage to handle the situation quite nicely. A nice triple kill from Blitz. Not a lot to actually remind us of the multi-kill action that we were getting on Vertigo. For those of you that did miss it, sadly, Blitz had a really good showing on that map number 2. I believe he did finish Vertigo in the end on 29 and 14 with a lot of multi-kills, 110 ADR as well. He was having a field day at the office. The 22-year-old Romanian. But so far on this nuke, the best Romanian in the server has been Imma. Undoubtedly. Aker's doing the twists with a Glock. Maybe that's why he had an AK in that major final. Otherwise, the play doesn't work as well. It's still nice to see, though. He didn't really surf on the right-hand side, though. He was just jumping. Maybe that's why it didn't work out.
Did you call that twips? Or, excuse me,
no,
twist?
Zoomers call it twist. I call that ROPS. But
yeah, ROPS.
I guess that at this point, after the major final, a lot more people just call it twist. I don't know why, but it is ROPS. Like, yeah, originally, ROPS was the first one to do that play.
That's what I was asking. I was like, do you call it that?
No. But it's, the twist one is a lot more fresh. That's why I use it.
True.
Yeah. And you know what else is fresh, Jack?
Ooh.
I think you can tell me.
Oh, I think I can. Yeah, of course. It is that up to 130 euro deposit bonus when you sign up using code CCT over at 1xbet. Make sure to go ahead and do that. Of course, you have to be 18 years of age or over, and make sure you're gambling responsibly. Gambling, of course, is meant to be fun, so only bet what you can afford to lose. You never know, you might be able to, well, you'll be definitely able to get a bet on for our next game, Australis Talent versus 500, if that interests you, of course. This one might be a little bit too late, unless you believe in the chefs in the kitchen. You get some odds on that, and you get even bigger odds, especially with him finding that opening kill. But Friend with a refrag, it's a double start towards Secret. Does Acor want to take a risk? And the answer is no. Himself and Shuey are just going to wait, but they might fade this smoke. Oh, friend. He's tagged up Acor massively there. Oh, he's only a whisker away. Acor very lucky to be alive there. And he won't be for much longer. Oh.
No way.
It didn't bounce? What did that catch off? I'm not even sure what is there that it would catch like that.
I don't know, but he's alive. Sound's holding an ISO Fanga. Oh, the timing's terrible. No way. No way this is how it ends. Isaac's in a really good spot. Snacks is just not aware of it whatsoever. Snacks goes down for free, and this is going to be how it ends. This is so unfortunate. It was... We live in the alternative universe. Well, unfortunately for Let Us Cook, we don't. But in an alternative universe, DHE gets the first kill. Sound doesn't move to the left-hand side and gets the kill as well. It's a clean round for Let Us Cook, or a lot more competitive. But it turns out to be a 4-man surviving round for GamerLegion in the 15-5. And Jack, I'm afraid that even though we were giving them some slight chances, you know, take it step by step, it's only 14, you can potentially try and force something, get the snowball effect on the CT side. At this point, it's really tough, even though you have the double op.
When all else fails, you bring out the double op, right? We know Let Us Cook like to do it. They brought it out on Ancient. Let's see if it's going to work on Nuke. And starting us off, him has found a massive headshot onto Bialy.
Another one.
A great opening kill. And GamerLegion just continued to pick up the entries here, which is something that Let Us Cook have really struggled to do. They've struggled to find an answer for it. And when you're losing the majority of those initial fights, this game just becomes incredibly difficult to play. Smokes down towards the door just to try and stop this A play from coming in. And it will do exactly that. GamerLegion weren't looking to commit to it anyway. They still have plenty of utility. They can go for outside smokes a little bit later on with what they do have. And they might just do exactly that. A minute left on the clock, still lots of time to play with. And outside looks like it is going to be the answer for the GamerLegion boys. Will it be the answer and the checkmate in the game?
I like that. They threw in the first wave of nades towards A to bait out utility and maybe a reaction, and now they're going to throw in the second wave to just open up space for the main wrap to come in. This is a really smart round. Look at the AVP. It's went away from outside. Snacks is dead any moment now, but he still gets one kill. And Sound actually confirms the first one. Sound confirms the second. That's a great play from Sound once again on the AVP. This man has had so many highlights throughout this series with the big green gun. Unfortunately for Let Us Cook, again, it's a long road ahead, but that was such a great read from Sound. It felt like for a second the fake would have worked out, but no, he decides to just run it back, go towards the warehouse, deny both players coming in from outside, and this denies the round as well, leaving Imma in a saving scenario, taking care of the KD. Not every day do you get the chance to have a 21-7 map in the third and final map of a semi-final. Big round from Snacks as well, delivering that double kill, but the real difference maker was Sound towards outside. Still enough money for GamerLegion to go for another reinvestment, but a tactical timeout here. They don't want to be overlooking this game. It's a 15-6. You want to close it out as they're still down. You don't want to let Us Cook get back on their feet. They're down on the canvas. And even though it's against the rule of boxing to actually punch someone when they're down on the canvas, they want to punch him hard right now. Just close it out.
Make sure they don't get up. That's sounded a bit sinister there, actually. But
maybe it's MMA. Maybe it's just UFC, and it's not boxing, and it's allowed.
Just no kicks. Just no kicks when they've got 3 points of contact. That's of course.
Yeah.
You can ask Peter Yan about that one. But anyway, back to this. Back to maybe what could be the final round of this game. And we're going to continue to say that every single one, because Let Us Cook have to be perfect to even warrant a comeback. It's still a very, very long way away. 9 rounds in total. The double op still in play for the CTs. As right now, 2 players make their way down secret. And well, Friend has started down towards B with that op. Now, GamerLegion might head out towards ramp in a moment. They're not sure if anybody's gotten down the vent. That's a worried friend for a little bit. You can see Snacks is just going to be checking that, and he has to take a risk going down there. Now, nobody was passed.
They can actually go up the vent. That's worked out great. They've dragged 3 players down the B bomb side. This is perfect for GamerLegion. They just explode onto the A bomb side. There's no one to stop them.
The only
Blitz
one is
alone.
Blitz. It's Blitz, but he's in a great position. He is in towards Mustang, and the Heaven player Bialy is going to be there. Friend needs to clear out this angle and does so, but 2 kills go back in the favor of GamerLegion. That's absolutely huge. The Opera swings out wide, and Sound overpeaks, overcommits into that fight, and he will lose it. Now, bomb can be planted. Friend needs to get up this vent. The smoke will allow him to do so, and it's allowed a lot of space for Snacks to get into position. Maybe have some impact, but Isaac takes down the Opera, and Snacks is the only man left. Isaac is so low, needs to be super careful, but he's tagged Snacks down through the hut. 25 HP, and Isaac might get the better of him, but it's 8 core to seal it. 16-6, and GamerLegion are gonna go to the final of the CCT event once again, but this time it's in the Northern European Series.
Yeah, back-to-back finals of online tournaments for GamerLegion after winning the Elise Invitational just a week ago, and now they're into the grand finals of another one. And sadly for Let Us Cook, this is where the miraculous run ends. They had such a good run, such a Cinderella story, really. Starting off 0-2 in the group stage, to making it through to the playoffs, beating Fnatic, beating Monte, but in the end of the day, it was the GamerLegion who previously took down both Ecstatic and Soul to make their way into the semifinals. And you know what, Jack? I think it's safe to say that we didn't see the best from GamerLegion today up until that nuke. Map 1 was really shaky, a lot of clutches, a lot of tough moments for them. Map number 2, there was a moment in which we thought that maybe a comeback was on the cards, but Let Us Cook handled that one really well. And then on the final and third map, we saw why GamerLegion are such a decent team right now, and why we're looking at them as one of the best teams in the tier 2 space, right? The fact that they're able to, even if they're having an off day, handle things so well when it matters the most. And I feel like this nuke just showed the difference between those two teams. But let's not forget, Let Us Cook is a team that has been playing together for 21 days. And for 21 days to be getting off those results and be playing that decent of a level of CS, I mean, congrats to them.
And the sky's the limit, to be honest, with that Let Us Cook team. I'm really interested to
and
see
I'm
what
surprised,
that
by the way. I didn't think that they would be that good. I can admit that. I didn't.
Yeah, me and you both, mate. Me and you both. To be honest, I'm really intrigued to see what comes in the next few months for Let Us Cook. We know what's coming next for GamerLegion, and that's a final of the CCT a little bit later on today. But we have to see who's going to be joining them. And well, it is our second game coming up next. Our second semi-final. Astralis Talent, the young academy players, are going to try and set up a GamerLegion academy final once again. But a fantastic Bulgarian 500 side stand in their way, and well, we'll have to see how that one does play out. It should be starting in around 10 minutes time. You will be, of course, in the very, very good hands of Sneaky and Exner, who will be taking over from myself and Ted. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have to send it to a short little break. Let the other casters get in and get prepared and get ready for our second semi-final. Make sure you stick around. You don't want to miss it.